What's up, party people?
Wow, it's feeling nice.
Let's see. Guys, what you know about that Dire Straits?
Hello, hello. Where am
I
I?
feel like we're fighting for airtime here. Jump in here. What's up, man? What's up, guys? Let's see who's in the room. Yeah, she is sexy. Isn't she whistling? T-Rock, Speak,
What's
Steelers.
up? My
Stalking
beautiful
your
people.
IP. I like it. How she sees it. What's up, cuz?
What's up,
Finders
cuz?
Keepers. Queen Janine. All things
Tucker.
fabulous. Diaz, Luna, Michelle. Guys, appreciate you joining in.
It's going to be a fun one today.
Guys, we got some cool stuff lined up. I feel like if I sit back here and you sit
I'm
there.
taller than you.
You can
We got new chairs, guys.
Yeah, she forced us to buy new chairs.
Because the other ones were too big. They were like this wide and I couldn't get in.
Away from me. All right, guys.
Thank you.
Can you turn that off now?
No, it's warming up still. It's only been on.
All right, guys.
1 minute. One more minute.
I don't know. Look, I got to. Oh, guys, were you here earlier?
You got to wait. You got to wait.
All right.
You got to wait.
All right. Got to wait. See, look, on here, they can see us, but on there, we can't see ourselves. All right, guys, so check it out. First and foremost, guys, thank you. This is the second episode of the B Squared Buzzcast. It's going to be a short show, I'm telling you right now. Guys, we got something super cool lined up for you guys today. There you go. There you go. Turn it off already. Holy shit. Guys,
short stacks. Yes, Steelers, we are doing an interview today.
Yeah,
we are bringing on.
Guys, it's gonna be crazy.
MsBigPapaPump.
Yeah,
she's got a great story, guys.
You literally said pumps with an S.
Because I think his is pumps and hers is pump. What's up, pumps? There she is. There's that beautiful girl right there. And Mr. Pump.
All right, guys. So yeah, MsBigPapaPump is going to be our guest today. She's got a story to tell. It's quite amazing, actually. And I think you guys are going to get a lot of value from it. She basically, in a very short period of time, has built an amazing business. And I think we're going to have a chance to talk to you about how she did that. And we're going to have Mr. Big Papa Pump. He's going to be security today in case the crowd gets rowdy. And
I'm sorry, that is me making the noise. There we go.
Don't worry. Anytime,
there you go. Echo's gone, guys.
Anytime she's ready.
Getting my shit together. Getting my shit together.
Guys, I don't know how we made it this long. So yeah. So anyhow, guys. So first and foremost, so she comes on at 5:50. So it is right now.
Milkman, thank you so much for the share, you guys.
Yeah, appreciate you, Milkman. Now it's 5:33. So in the meantime, don't we got to run a give you or something?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, let's guys, do that. Listen to me.
We're getting our shit together, guys. No. Bear with us.
My wife has a very distorted reality of the word "we." It's she.
I have a lot of mice in my pockets.
A lot of mice in your pockets.
I have a lot of mice in my
pockets. All right, guys. So, were you running a Gibby?
I ran it. It's a running.
All right, guys, jump into Gibby. Yeah, it is. Look up there, guys. Jump into Gibby. So, while we're waiting for MsBigPapaPump, as she said, it's really just a MsBigPapaPump and her amazing husband, which, by the way, we both met in
we're getting two pumps today. We're getting two pumps.
We're getting two pumps.
So that's why it's
guys. We're getting two pumps.
Pump.
Two pumps and a pickle.
They're awesome people.
You don't know about
you guys
the
are gonna like
yet.
it. It's gonna be cool.
You don't know about the pickle part yet. We met them in Tampa, and really good people. Have an amazing story. They both have an amazing story, so we're excited to share them with you today. And again, she's going to tell us what she's done and how she did it. And she knocked the cover off the ball. It's just, that's what it boils down to. So anyhow, that's going to be in 26 minutes, right?
In the meantime.
I'm sorry. Yes, 26 minutes.
Am I doing
I'm pretty good at counting.
Are you doing this? Guys,
all right,
guys.
Here we go. Just our new mascot.
We have an addition. We have a new addition. Where is it? See? They love it. They love it. I told you they would love it.
Holy shit.
Guys, this is not the best. So Bill was playing with his pickle this morning.
Yeah, so we were on Philly's show this morning, and the Philly's world got a chance to see my pickle. And by the way, you guys need to know, Philly said probably one of the best pickles he's ever seen.
Best pickles he's ever seen.
I don't know what that means.
You got the best pickle.
I don't know what that means. He said it, not me.
Well, your pickle yodels.
All right.
So there's that.
Holy shit. I'm pretty sure we're going to get canceled. All right, guys. So if you're just tuning in for the first time, this is our revised podcast. What we decided to do is change up our format because we want to highlight sellers. We want to also buyers too. So we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we're going to do a lot of crazy.
Yeah, we're going to do some stuff, guys.
We have a lot of good ideas.
I think the idea of this podcast is we want to talk to sellers. We want to talk about how they built their business, get some tips and tricks, because one thing that we see in the shows, in the seller support shows like Philly runs, and I know Finders Keepers does a Q&A support when shipping, and there's a whole bunch of other people that do it. Those are just kind of coming to mind. But what we see is, where do you get your stuff from? How do you ship? How do you get followers? How do you get people to stay in your room? Do we do sponsored giveaways? Do we do buyers giveaways? So guys, we want to bring on the sellers who have done, and they're from all walks of life. New sellers, moderately old sellers, and then people who are very successful. I think we have about 15 people lined up so far?
We have, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
She's texting in the middle of the show, guys. So.
No, I'm trying to, our son, to get the dog because I hear him over there. He's throwing up.
In the middle of the show.
Yeah.
Guys, I promise you, she will be disciplined. So we want you to hear from the sellers. You heard from us the last 10 episodes on our previous podcast. We decided that we wanted to do a different format that's going to be more beneficial to the audience, and that's where we're at. So guys, if you don't know who we are, if you're just tuning in for the first time, we are B Square Trading Post. We are in the storage unit category. This is my beautiful wife, Nita, and I'm Bill, if you guys don't know that already. We've been sellers on the app for right at 14 months.
Not really, but yes. Not really. Okay. That long. We've been on it that long, but we weren't selling.
Yeah,
which is kind of part of our story.
Yeah,
we took a break and stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a different part of the segment. So, and we have our own experience, guys. So, we just hit 11,000 followers. We started out like a house on fire. We actually hit 5,000 followers in 5 months. We were pacing 1,000 followers a month. And then what we found out is the business became the business, and it just got really busy, got crazy, and way more difficult than anyone can think. And we had to step back for a little bit in the latter part of last year, but now we're back in full swing.
We back.
Yeah. So anyhow, that's who we are. That's what we do. Guys, make sure you check our show schedule. We have some really cool shows coming up. We have our 10,000 follower show, which was like 1,500 followers ago, right?
What is it?
Our
10,000. I'm reading. I'm trying to keep track of the chat and you.
Guys, put a emoji in the chat if you want her to be kicked off the podcast. Any emoji if you want her to be kicked off the podcast. Because right now, I won't. Guys, I expect to see emojis right now.
I'm trying to read the chat.
There's no one putting an emoji in. Okay, Luna
guys,
says.
That's the difference between him and me. Look, I pay attention to you.
Kraft says kick you off. Luna says kick you off. Michelle says kick you off. Luna says kick you off again.
Who won that? Buff, congrats on the giving.
What's up, Jen? Hopefully you're feeling well. I haven't heard from you in a couple of days. Deming, come on. Seriously? Guys, if you're not going to give me any support, then
they love me.
I'm going to cry. She is the best part. So, speaking of which.
Raid trains we got going on.
All kinds of crazy stuff.
Our 10,000.
Yeah, so our 10,000 followers show.
We're doing that sooner than later, guys.
Which was 1,500
It's going to happen.
1,500 followers ago.
Yep.
Sunday, we have 2 raid trains that we're involved in. So bookmark our shows. One's a giveaway raid train, which we're going to give back to the community. And the other one is the Philly Flipper raid train, which we're on at 10:30 at night, which is well past my bedtime. So make sure you check us out. We always run crazy stuff. We always give big, good giveaways and all kinds of stuff.
It'll be fun.
I'm sure there's more than one person in this. Thank you, Luna. I appreciate you.
Oh, cousin Dave is watching us.
I'm sure there's one person in this chat that has won a huge giveaway from us, and we do pretty good giveaways. So, anyhow, so check our show notes and also check our show schedule. So before we have 10 minutes.
Yep, 10 minutes.
And I can hear her and MsBigPapaPump. I can hear them.
They're ready. They're ready. I talked to her. She said they got mail time ready too. So we're gonna we're gonna have 2 mail times today, right? We're gonna do 2.
Yeah,
we're gonna do 2. We're going to let them do one, and then we're going to do one.
Crazy.
So it's going to be super fun. So don't go anywhere. You're going to stick around for it.
So before they come on.
Well, let's talk about why we're doing 2. If we can. So when we have these guests on, what's going to happen is And if you guys are going to be on, some of you in the chat are going to want to probably be on. This is how we're going to do it. If you are a buyer as well, like we are on Whatnot, we're going to do 2 mail times. We'll do one, and then the guest will do one, because what we're finding is all of our packages are packed really well now.
Yeah,
word got around.
You know
really
who brought
fast.
that to our attention was Tucker's Treasures. Tucker's Treasures brought that to our attention.
Yeah. So now everyone sees them. When we buy something from them, they're like, oh, they want to be spotlight. What are you doing?
I'm moving the camera.
You're bringing it out?
Yeah.
It's too far. Now I can't see anything. I guess I'll just look
well,
here.
That's why we have 2 computers in front of us.
So, yeah, so that's what we're going to do, guys. So, okay, I just want to tell them the reason why and what we're finding, which is really fun, which is great for us.
That's not a bad thing.
It's great for us,
that's not a bad thing.
But, yeah.
All right, guys, so check this out. Look. I'm moving the camera again. Here we go. All right, so
we have
buyer. So if you want to be on the podcast, I think what our format's going to be, guys, it's going to be 30 minutes to an hour. We actually had a fisticuffs before we went on, which is not really a fisticuffs. No. It's like Bob the punching dummy. She punches, I take the hits, I shut up, and I move on. But
thank you, Wandering Moose. Thank you.
Yeah, we want to give our
John Lennon.
Oh, guys, that's about that. Yeah, that's of 300 of 500.
What's it?
Of 300, Yoko Ono. Thank you, appreciate that. My wife and my son are huge Beatles fans.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I got that for me. That's a really cool piece. Appreciate it. So, guys, a half an hour to tell your story, a half an hour or more. Okay, whatever you're comfortable with. But we want to highlight you guys. The show's about you.
But we want to have a conversation.
And we want to have a conversation.
That's what it's about. And drop nuggets. Drop nuggets along the way, like we've done other times.
Yeah, if you're a seller, reach out to us, shoot us a DM. We want buyers on as well.
We do.
Remember when we had
You're squirreling right now.
Whose pin did we have?
Oh.
There it is.
Here, Gizmos.
Retro Gizmos. They actually spotted their pin. Retro Gizmos spotted their pin in the middle of the podcast.
You're still there.
Anyhow, guys, if you are a buyer and you want to be on the podcast to tell us your story about a buyer, make sure you shoot us a DM so you can talk.
And can we also thank all of our mods, guys? I've modded a lot of you. You guys are all our friends. A mod who I think would be bothered to do so, that won't be bothered to do so, please follow our mods. Whistling Duck, Diaz always, he mods for us, Finders Keepers.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys.
Guys, please follow our mods. And also, if you're new to selling, if you are, we got to feed the chat.
Demang, we love you.
Follow each other because most of them are sellers too.
Whistling literally said, I'm buying and shipping to myself. You know, Whistling.
Also,
that may
please,
be true,
low battery. It came unplugged, just so you know.
Oh, all right. Guys,
so you know.
We already have... How's that possible? We already have low battery. Low battery. All right, so you can talk now.
Yeah, I'm talking. So, the mods, and also network in our chat, guys. You know, this is what we're all here for, right? We're all here to, as a community, come together, get those follows, find out what everybody's doing, because I was just to tell you a story time. I was thinking...
Squirrel.
We've made so many friends in this community that I am to the point where I can't be on Whatnot as long as I am because I'm trying to be in everyone's shows to show support. Do you guys find that to be difficult as well? Because it's crazy. I'm like, I want to go in. Oh, this person's on. Oh, crap. So constantly going in and out. Yes, right?
Guys, this kind of sounds like a brag to me. I got to be honest with you.
What are you talking about? I'm talking about how I'm going in everyone's shows. You're not even listening.
I heard everything you said. You're a bragger.
So,
I have so many friends that I can't hang
Tucker,
out.
it's true. It happens. So, yeah.
Tucker, don't feed her, please. Don't feed her. All right.
Just support each other, guys.
All right. So, that's true. By the way, please network in our show.
So, speaking of, let's go ahead and do one giving now. Let's go ahead and do that. Feed the chat. Because the bang before, and then we'll only have to do one once she's on.
Good.
You want to do
that?
All right.
While she's setting that up. So,
okay.
I have something I'd like to reshare with the audience.
All right. So, this givey, guys, is a $10 Amazon digital gift card. If you win it, please email us your email so I can send it to you. And this is courtesy of Demang.
Appreciate
So, guys, can you please tag her up in the chat, and we're going to show.
Yeah, look at it. Whistling has already got her. Whistling knows. She's awesome.
There you go. Get in that.
By the way, Whistling is. We have a lot of great mods. Whistling is like pro level. Well, she's not pro level. She's okay. She's working herself into a better role, but you know. Everybody has to take baby steps. Whistling, you'll get there. Just keep chugging along. All right, guys. Pro tip for the week. Pro tip for the week. Okay. When we do our mail time, you will see that we have, I don't know, 10 packages over there because my wife has a buying problem. Okay. If I can make a suggestion that we previously suggested in a past podcast, change your name on your shipping label to your business.
And if you don't know how to do that, someone help the person in the chat.
Yeah.
or message us and we'll show you how. But you want to get your government name off there. Put your business name in there.
Government name. All right. So either do that. What are you doing?
She's on right now.
Okay.
Everybody go follow Domain.
Oh yeah, what's her next show?
Her next show is she's gonna be on tonight at 8:30.
Guys,
you guys.
8:30 tonight.
All right, so look.
By the way, if you've ever been to Domain shows, she has 10,000 things in her room.
Let's see.
Like literally 10,000
Oh wow, I like her intro. Let's read her intro. Funky finds, avid collecting and reselling family and not whatnot reseller of anything funky, unique, neato, detailed, vintage, 30 plus years. You never know what we will be bringing to the table. Love that. Always the element of surprise. True lovers of sharing a good deal. We are all a bit of an accessory whore, so that may give you some clues as to what we will always have. So if you are in need of something specific, ask. We are a family of finders. Toys rock. You are never too old to own your own favorite toys. That is a true statement. And, like Bill's Tickle. And a candle never loses any of its light by lighting another candle. I like that. I like that a lot.
But you can't get burned by the wax, though.
Sorry. Really, half empty?
Sorry.
We're going to call him half empty. Treasure hunting is our favorite pastime. I love that. Domain, you're awesome. This is an awesome, awesome woman.
Longest bio ever, Domain.
But I love it. I love it.
She's
got all her shows scheduled, guys. So if you're new sellers in here, always have shows scheduled. Get those bookmarks. Even if you got to push it out, that's okay.
Yeah.
So do that, okay? But Domain, guys, get in that giveaway.
Guys,
there's only 9 people in it.
3 minutes.
It's a $10. You guys don't want free money?
Guys, 3 minutes to Miss Big Papa Pump and Big Papa Pump, husband and wife combo. So anyhow, back to my pro tip for the week, guys. Please change your name on your shipping label to your business and or add a packing slip. Okay. So we get a lot of packages, and I'm just going to tell you right now, it sucks to look at your name because I don't remember people's names. I remember what their screen name is. It sucks to look at the package, not know who it's from. Okay. And then you have to go through your purchases and you have to find the person that sent you the package, and hopefully you remember who that is. Guys, I'm just telling you, it's not efficient. My recommendation would be change your name to your business name and or add a packing slip, or do both. Just makes it a little easier for us who buy a lot to know who we get it from, guys, because we get packages stacked at the front door on a daily basis. Because she has a buying problem. I don't know if
I'm gonna stop that.
All right, so we got 1 minute before Miss Big Papa Pump comes in, and guys, next Thursday, 5:30, Philly Flipper, Paul himself. He's
That's right. We're gonna have Philly on our next one, guys.
And guys, I'm telling you right now, we're gonna rake him over the coals. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be a rough. It's going to be a rough and tough interview.
All his secrets.
Right. It's going to be a no holds barred for Philly Flipper. We were on his show earlier. He tried to get some packing done. I don't know what he was thinking. He tried to do some sponsor giveaways where people did a 5-minute interview or 5-minute overview of their business while he was packing. He didn't pack a single item.
He didn't.
I'm just telling you right now, guys. He didn't pack a single item, which is super cool because a lot of people got to tell their story. So.
Right.
And then the week after that, I do believe it's Finders Keepers Brothers, right?
That's right.
So,
and then after that, the next Thursday. So we're going to be on every Thursday at 5:30.
Yep.
Every Thursday at 5:30, and something also too that we're going to do that you guys might want to think about, which we've said over and over again, is pick a time, however many shows you think you want to do a week, and try to do them at the same time on the same day. That is something that we have to work on personally, right? And it's something that we're going to start doing. So that's just a little tip.
Yeah, buying is easy.
That we need to do ourselves. Who got that $10?
Yeah, we're really good at buying, but Luna, what's
Congratulations.
We met Luna in Tampa as well. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now.
Message me your email.
one of the best things that Whatnot has done in the state of Florida. So congrats to Whatnot and congrats to Paul for putting that on. If you have a meetup in your area, I'm telling you right now, the best thing you can do for yourself. We've met so many good people. We've already done business deals.
I think there's one in Nashville coming up.
Yeah, we might try to make it.
Yeah, I think we need to because we may end up living there soon.
Yeah, well,
sooner than later.
That's a whole nother story. So, all right. So, yeah, guys, please put your name on your shipping label so that when I get your package, I can look at it and go, oh, I remember why I wasn't supposed to buy this because, that's what we do.
Crafty, she wants to know, how do we find them in our area? So what you'll see them, I don't know if that's only sent out to people in like the email that we got to RSVP it. Did that only come to Florida people or did they do it everywhere?
Well, I know people
because we got an email is what we got.
We got another email from Jenny today
about the same kind of thing.
No, some other things. Come on.
So just keep an eye on. Oh, there's the Ray. There she is. Let's get this thing started.
There's the lady and the man of the hour.
That's right.
All right, guys.
I'm gonna go ahead and start that.
Just keep an eye out for your
in your emails,
meetup.
Yeah.
But I would recommend, guys, if you can make it to Nashville, which we love Nashville. We were there like a year ago.
Awesome.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna go.
Yeah, we'll definitely be at that one too.
Yeah, because we can gamble while we're up there. So, did I say that out loud?
Yeah. All right. We need Big Papa Pump so we
can. Let's get her in here. All right, guys. So
you gotta do it from there.
Oh, that's right. All right.
Too many things going on.
Guys, let me tell you, the technology on Whatnot's not set up to do podcasts. So,
guys, go ahead and get in that Gibby. Did somebody? Hey, did you find her?
She is right. Chill.
Yep, that's her. Yep.
All right, here we go.
Here she comes.
Let's see if she wants to join this shit show.
Here she comes. There they are.
Hello. Hey, can we do a three-way again?
All right. What's up, young ladies and young men and children of all ages?
Hi, good-looking people.
See, they're doing the staggered effect. She's in the front and he's in the back.
That's right.
That little camera, isn't it?
That's right.
Guys, we appreciate you joining us. We are super excited to bring your story to the audience. It was a pleasure meeting you guys in Tampa. And again, I always say what you see behind the camera and when you meet people is an entirely different experience. And you guys had 2 compelling stories to tell. So we thought it would be a good idea if you tell your story to the audience and tell us how you guys have done what you've done. So we're appreciative of having you on. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys having us. I'm excited.
Where are you guys at?
We're
at a bar.
Oh, are you at a bar?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
It's date night. So we have to make sure that we schedule date nights because we're both so darn busy. So I was like, well, why not just go ahead? We're sitting outside. Why not just go ahead and do this and then finish up our evening?
Perfect. Well, we won't keep you too long.
Well, no better place.
Oh, you're good.
Okay.
No rush.
Right. So,
did you have to work today?
No.
Yes. Oh, good. Yes and no.
He did. I did not.
So the reason why I asked her that, you guys, is because, and this is what just blows our mind, is that she is actually an RN, works a full-time job still, and started Whatnot. When did you start?
So the 2nd of this month is my 7-month mark.
7 months, and you're already at how many followers?
10.4.
10 more than us.
That's crazy.
So she cranks.
Yeah.
Cranks.
We got to talk about how you did that. We definitely have to talk about it. But before we get into that, so 7 months into it, tell me what you wish you knew then that you know today. Oh. Number one thing.
If you could pick one,
Number one thing. If the first thing that comes to mind for either one of you guys.
What I wish I knew. You know, that's kind of a hard question to answer because I knew quite a bit because of him.
Right, because he started first. And then you said, okay, I can do this, right? It's basically how that works.
Yeah,
okay.
All he did was
brag.
He was the loudest person in the room in Tampa. He was just bragging about his business the whole time. I had to walk over and see what this guy was talking about. So
yeah. So I mean, I guess maybe what I wish I knew was
how to hustle a long time ago.
Yeah. I think it's more so. It is very misleading, I think, because you come on the app and you see people doing things so effortlessly. Right. And so I think that gives people the impression that I decided today I'm going to start selling. I'm going to start selling tomorrow. I'm going to be successful. I think that I wish that I knew maybe that it was not as easy. right?
Right.
As what it looks like, because all we can see is what people are doing. We don't
Right.
realize all the stuff that's going on behind the scenes. And so
Yep.
Whatnot has taken over our whole life.
It does.
It's literally what it is. Even though we both have full-time jobs, you know, it's always Whatnot in the background. And I think that maybe if people knew, right, that it is all consuming, like you have to
Very.
put so much time and energy into it that it is not easy.
It's funny that you say that because
Those are exact words.
we have gone back and forth, back and forth. You know, we started, we're eBay seller, like we've been on eBay for years. And the thing is that I call it, honestly, I call this business, when I get into my moods, I call it invasive to our lives. I'm like, we got to
Yep,
decide, because it becomes that way. You get
it
there, but
does.
then you have a good show and you realize how much money you make in that amount of time. You're like, okay, well, maybe I can handle this.
Yeah,
It's like the
yeah.
mob. You want to get out, but they keep sucking you back in.
It's a relationship.
It is. It is so true. It's so true. Because even when you're not selling, you want to stay relevant, right? Like you want to make sure that you're supporting those that are supporting you. That in and of itself is
Right.
another part of the job.
Right.
And you have to be willing to put that time in my opinion, so that you can stay relevant, so that people can see that you actually do care, that you do want to support, that it's not just a take, that you're willing to give.
Right.
But that takes time.
Mhm.
It takes time.
Yes, you got to prove yourself. You definitely got to prove yourself on this app.
Yeah.
Well, so to your guys' point, I think when we talked about retooling this podcast, I think it was what we didn't want to do is we didn't want to do a Q&A. Not that that's bad. We just wanted to do a different format.
Right, because everybody's doing a Q&A.
Right.
We want to just like have real conversations.
By the way, the Q&As are effective, but
They are.
we wanted to get sellers like yourself who have experienced what it takes to have that level of success on Whatnot, and talk about how we can guide sellers who are coming up through that process. Because you are correct. When we first got on Whatnot, you know, it is good sellers make it look easy,
Yeah.
right? Right. And then you go, oh shit, that's pretty cool. So I can go out and buy a pallet, start
Right.
selling. All these people show up. They're going to throw me tips. They're going to start doing sponsored gibbies, 1-day shipping, money next day.
It doesn't quite work out
This
like
is
that.
amazing.
Right.
And if you don't gauge your mindset in the beginning, you can create false expectations for yourself and
Yes.
burn out. And that's what happened
Yeah.
to us, because we were comparing it against a very healthy income for eBay.
Right.
So like, what's the point of doing all this work over here when I can just go back and do this other stuff? But then you
Yeah.
realize Whatnot is a game changer. So to your point, that's what we want to do with this podcast, is to bring on people like yourself, successful sellers that have gone through that process, so we can actually share what it is to try to actually gain some level of success on the platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but
Yeah.
you guys have two entirely different stories though, right?
Yeah.
So Mr. Big Papa Pump, right?
Mr. Pump.
Right.
Mr. Pump.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hold on, I gotta get the roll up.
He started before you, right?
Yeah,
He
I
started
did.
before you,
Yeah.
and you did your thing, and then you took a key from that, right?
Play out of his book.
And then you blew it up from there, right? That's what we talked about when we were in Tampa. So please share how that happened and
What
the dynamic to that.
Yeah, and also what helped you most by, you know, growing, like what helped you most that you saw from him.
Yeah.
That you did differently to grow at the speed that you did.
Yeah.
So like, I'm an old school seller from Facebook Live. We used to go to Facebook Live, sell stuff, go jump into YouTube. So I'm an old school seller back. You know, I've always dickered, I've always collected and sold, and that's just my way of life. I grew up, but you know, I didn't grow up with much, so it's always a hustle, right? And so we got together, and she saw what I did, and so I saw Whatnot come about a year and a half, 2 years. I was watching, and then all of a sudden I started buying, started being relevant in the community. I spent about a good year and a half and probably about 10, 15 grand, so people would know who I was.
Okay.
And I told her, hey, because I went away from the Facebook Live because it was getting a little toxic. So I was like, hey, I'm going to start on the platform. I found Corey one day on a Saturday doing a community support, and I was like, you know what? I said, fuck it, I'm going to do it.
Right.
So I had enough inventory at that point, and I said, look, first show,
Katrina.
I'm going to do golden. I'm going to do gold and silver.
Yeah.
I said, I want
Your
you to
first
dress.
show?
Great.
How many
That was
Right,
when
followers
my
you
did you
first
have?
started.
show. My
How
first
many
show was
followers did you have when you did your first show? Do you
1,000.
remember? 1,000?
I had 1,000 by my first
Okay,
show
that's
because
good. That's good.
I wish I
I
would have been in your first show selling gold and silver. I'm just telling you.
well
Well,
You
no,
probably
and
should
just
have.
and
I
just
took the
just so the
advice.
reason why I asked you that is because I see so many people say, "Okay, well, my first show tomorrow," and they have like 87 followers, and I'm like, "Okay, here's the deal. I suggest get on that app, buy some stuff, get to know the app,
Get in the
get
social
get
Yes.
it,
first.
Right.
get in that because it's
Yes.
very community oriented. You got to be
Yep.
social, and at least get up to 1,000, 2,000, and then have your show. So
Yes.
And
that's good.
and that's what I did. And
Right.
Corey, Blackbird, that's in here, is
Yeah,
a very big
Blackbird.
one.
Yep. What's up,
Go
Blackbird?
say hi to
Yeah,
Blackbird.
Blackbird's in here. Sunshine helped me out early on. So I went to these different people. I just gained my followers, and then I stepped out. And honestly, I was like, hey, I want you to look pretty behind the camera, and I want you to hold it up.
Well, that's
Hey,
easy for her
listen,
to do.
you're right. So
Oh
listen,
my
if you
God.
don't want to buy a silver coin, at least for $33, you buy it from her. So that was my plan. And I had a
Nothing
very
wrong with exploitation. Nothing wrong with a little
hey,
exploitation.
listen,
You know?
as long as we don't get banned from the app and we stay within the guidelines, I think everything was going to be all right.
I love it.
So we got done with the first show. My first show, I think I got $1,800. Right? It was
That's big.
it was a good success. And we were walking out from the living room. She's like, you know what? This looks like fun. I want to do it. And I was like, shit. Here we go.
Look at George.
I
George.
love it. I love it.
So I had started first, and I had about 3,000 followers before she started, and I started getting into to vintage toys and games and figures and everything like that. And then she kind of popped up on the scene, and I'll let her share her part. But there was a certain point to where, like, I'm retiring. Well, which as of Monday, I'm fully retired,
Well,
right? And I saw the possibilities of what she could do, and I didn't think that two opposing forces in the house was going to be a good thing. She
Right.
wants to retire, so I was like, hey, I'm going to kick back a notch, and I was going to support her. So
Okay.
in supporting her, I mean, like, she sells her own stuff, she packs everything, and I hit the roads and in a dually in a 18-foot trailer, and I go pick up the storage units. I get them, I unload them. I help her get her show set up. So it was very early on where I figured that us together, it's we actually talked about it. It's her business, our show.
right.
Yes.
I dig it. So you're
Yeah.
So
basically all that stuff you said. You're a kept man, is what I just heard.
I
Wait,
didn't
You
wait. So
hear
said that in a whole different language, but you're a kept man, is
a
what I heard.
kept man that
You
earns
know
his
what?
keep.
I love it. Good for you, bro. Good for you.
so.
I'm inspired now. I am inspired now. We have a conversation to have after the show's over. I'm just letting you know.
But I saw after the first month that it was going to go a different way, and I don't have anything prideful about me. She's successful, we're successful. I'm
Yeah,
Yeah,
successful, we're
absolutely.
absolutely. Yeah.
successful.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we both worked hard for each other in the 11 years that we've been together, for each other.
Yeah.
And she's having to take the torch numerous times. I take the torch, but this kind of stuff kind of comes easy because the last 11 years of my career I was a recruiter. So it's easy for me to talk, get on camera. I've
Yeah,
had
yeah.
experience. So, and then, now I just sit in the back and I annoy her. I screw up her shows and everybody likes it.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, guys, first of all, the chat, if you have any questions for Mr. and Mrs. Big Papa
Yeah.
Pump,
Go ahead
go
and
ahead,
jump.
throw it in the chat, and we'll make sure we answer those questions. Because, guys, this is just the beginning. They have a super, super cool story. And I am taking notes because this might be my pathway to retirement. You know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
I can sit back and let her do all the work and.
What?
He's like, wait.
That's the message I'm getting here.
The wheels are coming off, guys.
That's the
The
message
wheels
I'm
are coming
getting,
off.
just so you know. So.
Quickly.
So, okay, so then obviously you picked it up and ran with it.
Yeah.
And so what do you think that because you're female that might be that it was a little bit easier for you? Or what do you think it was? What did you do differently? I mean, that's just right.
You
Because when
know,
you think about it.
Yeah, like that's a really good question, and I think something that that's a very good question actually. Do I think that being female helps? I don't know, maybe.
I got an opinion.
But you know, a lot of my buyers are women, right? So I think that possibly that could have something to do with it. I think that it's just really remaining true to who you are, and whereas I never had any experience selling. I had done a couple of MLMs. I always go like MLMs.
We've all done
sales.
anyone who has any hustle
has all
at
done
all
right.
in their blood
has been talked
has
into
done
at one
MLMs.
time.
Right.
Okay, so
Guys, put a emoji in the chat if you've been talked into an MLM. An emoji in the
put
chat.
A triangle.
Yeah, if you've been talked into an MLM.
Right. So I've done a couple of those that have failed, and I think they failed because I'm not good about trying to like sell somebody like a product, right? But I do feel that I'm good about being in front of camera because I had to do that. I did a lot of social media content, a lot of Facebook Lives, a lot of stuff like that. So it made me comfortable, like kind of talking to people, even though it's really to myself. And so I think that kind of helped, but I didn't have any experience in sales, if you will. But I think that, especially in the storage unit category, the stuff sells itself. Either people want it or they don't.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
So I think it's right. So it's not necessarily a product. I think it's the way in which you sell it. So if you have, you know, a bubbly personality, if you're comfortable, if you're funny, if you're loud, you know, all of those things, that helps because
authentic.
Yeah, what I tell
people
is
people know, they can see, they know.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And I think that what I try to tell people all the time is, yes, people are coming on here to buy. Of course they are. But there's thousands of us on at the same time selling very similar things.
Right.
So people are using Whatnot to replace TV.
Yeah.
No question.
Yeah, there's a huge social aspect.
We do the same thing.
Right.
We'll start a show, and then somebody's on, and we'll get on, and that show stays paused until we go to bed.
Yeah,
and we never end up watching the show.
And you never finish
we're on
it
Whatnot.
because you get like pulled into somebody's show who you're enjoying. You know, you keep up with your chat. You make sure that you're talking to the folks who are in there supporting you, whether they're buying or not. It doesn't matter. Having a good room where they're chatting with you and giving you things to talk about, they're making you laugh, you're joking around, you're doing all that while you're selling. That's what this app is. And I think that sometimes people kind of misplace that where they're like, well, I've got things to sell and I just want to sell.
Steelers had a good point down here. I was just looking at the chat.
Aw, Steelers, thank you.
She doesn't make you feel uncomfortable in a room. It's always a good time.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is the exact opposite of Mr. Big Papa Pump making me feel uncomfortable in Tampa. So just so you know.
No, so I just wanted to add a little bit of one of the things. One of the concrete things that she said early on, we're both sincere people, and I told her from a long time ago, and I know from a long time ago, stuff like this, it's a very sustainable business.
Yes,
it's a very sustainable.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of get rich think mentality, which you have to get out of your mind. It's not
that. It's a hustle too.
Well, that's comparing yourself to what she said. You jump on, you see a seller that is doing a good job making it seem effortless. And you say to yourself, I should be able to do the same thing. So the comparison, and that's where the false expectations come from.
Absolutely. I think that, comparison, I always say this is the thief of joy. And people,
absolutely.
It's a great statement.
People that come into my room know also it's the mentality about setting your expectations. People will tell you, I never say anything about what stuff is worth. I don't talk about what it sells for. If you buy something for me for $1 or you buy something for me for $400, I'm equally as happy. And I'm fortunate because I can source low, right? Because I do storage units and we buy collections. So I'm sourcing very low. So no matter what something's worth.
It doesn't matter. That's right.
It doesn't matter. I'm moving product.
That's the difference.
And I'm getting more stuff.
Well, that's
So I
the
think that's
power in
another
sourcing
thing.
too, which is
Yeah.
another big subject when it
Yeah.
comes to what we're doing. There's power in sourcing.
Yep.
Allows you to do that in your shows
Yep.
to attract people who,
Absolutely.
it's all such a
It
synergy
is.
of different things.
So you guys want to hear this real quick, and we'll jump back to the story. So I love discounts.com. This is back up in the chat a little bit. Said as of noon today, or at noon today, there was approximately 70,000 people on Whatnot.
Wow.
Like, I don't know if that's true, and I'm not suggesting that you're making that up or
He
not.
probably knows, or
But that
it's
is
probably Tony, right?
that is
Tony, or
a crazy
yeah,
number of people. Noontime on a Thursday, not a weekend.
right in the middle of the day.
Noontime on a Thursday, and
Yeah.
then Romy said they haven't watched Netflix in over a week since they joined Whatnot.
It's true.
What's
Guys,
Netflix?
this is real. This is all real stuff here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's all real stuff. It is all consuming. So not to interrupt, but there's some
Let's get them
No,
all
pretty
in here,
cool
right?
stuff
Let's get
jumping
them
in
in
the chat.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
let's get them in here.
yeah, absolutely.
No,
Right?
it's true. It's when we were at the meetup. I mean, you heard what Kenny said. He was the community director for Whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the what do you call it? The big 10. What is it? 10,000.
The 800-pound
The
gorilla.
800-pound gorilla. Yeah, it's
It's
gonna
a
be the
10,000
next.
pound elephant in her room.
I don't know.
She makes up her own shit. Has been doing it for years.
10,000-pound gorilla. Is that what you said?
800
pounds. 800-pound gorilla in the room.
Yeah.
But it is, and it's still in its infancy.
It's in its infancy.
And
Yeah.
so it's one of those things, like if you try to do Amazon or anything like that, we're resellers. We've done it
Yeah,
all. We've
done
tried
it.
it all. This has been, other than the Bay, of course, because we made a very good living there. It is definitely something that works if you do it the
Mhm.
right way.
Yeah.
And if you're patient, be patient with yourself. Be patient with the process.
That's
Yeah.
You know that you got to do your time.
Yeah, you do.
It's
have
a
to do your time.
grind.
It's a free, guys. Whatnot is the hardest platform to sell on, bar none.
No question.
yeah.
None. Hardest platform
Pays
to sell on, bar
dividends.
none.
Pays plenty of dividends.
Don't.
But it ain't gonna be easy.
If you're a new seller, if you're just becoming a new seller, if you're thinking about selling, or if you're in the first 4 months, just make it known. Hardest platform to sell on, bar none.
And that's just keeping it real.
Tommy has a question, so Mr. or Mrs. You can answer this question. I have 130 followers and I've done 3 shows, which this is part of you telling your story, of course. I'm guessing Tommy could be a boy or girl. I don't know which one, doesn't matter. And they buy a lot. Any advice on how to get more followers? And you guys would be the person.
That's what we're talking about.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, looks to be new. I'm guessing started off as a buyer, has a handful of followers, and has done a few shows.
How do I get more?
How do I get more followers?
So I always tell people, because I do seller support shows once a week too that are just a complete cluster. I mean, you've seen them, but that is the hardest question to answer, because there's so many different ways that you can go about getting followers, but followers don't equal buyers, and followers don't equal how many people are in your room. So it's not a simple question to answer, because there's so much involved in it. So I could tell you, network, because that's key. There are, sponsored giveaways that you can do where, you pay a certain amount, they put you up, you get people that follow you, but are they going to come into your room? And if they do, are they going to stay? So I think that it's a lot involved, right? So
I call it the bucket of variables.
Absolutely. So I guess the best piece of advice I have is to the people that you're looking up to, right? The people that you aspire to be. Spend some time really studying, going into their shows and watching what is it that they're doing. Why is it that they have so many people in there, right? And kind of see and then go into somebody's room, and this is not, talking bad about it, but go into somebody's room who has very few followers and sit in there for a little bit and kind of take your notes on what you're seeing that's different between those different rooms, and then start to integrate some of that into your own, because you can get all the followers that you want and still not make any money because nobody's buying, nobody's coming into your room.
Yeah, I always say we're not looking for followers; we're looking for swipers.
Well, so let's talk about that for a second. So one thing about the podcast, we want to make it fun, we want to joke, but there are certain points where we got to stop and have a very serious conversation. And I will share with you guys my personal view on certain things. Is that, whenever you're running a show, you want to see 50, 80, 100, 150, 200 people in your room, right? That's like that's a mental thing,
You feel like you're
Yeah.
cranking. You're like,
right?
okay,
When
let's.
you look at your
Right.
followers, you want to see 5,000, 10,000, 12,000 followers. And I will tell you that we spent a lot of time in the beginning getting caught up in that because it is there's an element of a social status with that.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, they
Yeah.
got 32 million followers. They must be doing something right. But you are correct.
Right.
It does come down to how many buyers you have. But I will also share with what I say, and I learned this from someone else. Nothing attracts a crowd like a crowd.
Right. Right.
So it does help to have a lot of people that follow you and a lot of people in your room because when I'm
Yeah.
on shopping and I see someone with 10 people in your room, I will tell you guys, I do pop in those rooms because I feel like I can get pretty good deals, which is why I
Why wouldn't
wished
you?
I was there when Mr. Big Papa Pump was running gold and silver in his first show in. Maybe got a couple good deals, but I also
Right.
like to pop in. I didn't say that out loud. I'm sorry. I was thinking it, but I actually said it.
Right.
But I also want to pop into a room where there's like 200 people because I want to see what's happening. What are they
Yes.
doing? And you said something a second ago is that there's a personality aspect. Do you have an opinion? And this has been a long-standing question. Do you have an opinion on the effectiveness of being in front of the camera or being behind the camera? And this is a big question that most people ask.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on that?
So I think it depends on what you sell.
Right.
Okay. So, in my opinion, if you're selling jewelry, right, or you're selling coins and things like that, those are hard things to hold up in front of your face,
Yeah, you
right?
can't. Right.
And generally speaking, you're getting a lot of collectors in there, and they
Right.
want to see the product. They don't really give a
Right.
crap about your
About your
face. Now,
face. Right.
do I think there's benefit to every now and again turning it around so people can see you? Yes, because this is a social selling app. People are making connections with us.
Yeah.
And so even if you don't have the camera on you at all times, I
At
do
least
think
go
that
on.
people just want to see you, right? It builds trust. It
Yeah.
just does all those things. But if you're not selling something that's this big, in my opinion, it helps very much to be forward facing, which is what I always say, because people, they want to see you. They want to see that interaction where I'm looking at you as I'm talking to you and those kinds of things, and making it fun. So, I've asked a couple of times in my shows, like during my cocktail hours, and you're going to get some buyers who are like, I don't give a shit. I just want to see your product, period. But that is the minority. The
Yeah, I agree.
majority of people really enjoy seeing the people that they hear a voice to.
Mhm.
And there's that curiosity behind it. Well, who are they? And I know a lot of people are uncomfortable with that, but that is what Whatnot is. It is a social selling app. It is very hard to build a social relationship with someone if they never see you.
No, because once they see you, they're actually connecting with you as a person. And I mean, we've made friends. We have friends that are our
Yeah.
buyers that have come like from original,
Absolutely.
and they're still coming to us. And
Hmm.
they might not necessarily have felt that way about us if they just heard our voices all the time. Now we don't
Right.
show ourselves all the time because
Right.
we're crank fast the way we do it. We'll
Right.
put the phone up on the table and we're like, okay, throw it on the table, take it off. But before the show, we get on. Before the show, we'll flip the
Hmm.
camera. Before it starts, at the end, we say goodbye. We appreciate you. We love you guys.
Right.
And then there are times even during the show where we're goofing off and we'll show each other. We're
Yeah.
not shy of that. So you don't always have to be on it, but
No.
I honestly feel that you have to connect with people, and I'm that person on the other end. I'm not just a tag name with the table and here's the item.
Right.
We're here, so I think there's a lot to that. I
Well,
really do.
and we've struggled with that because the reality is there's another challenge that we have, right? So the challenge is, and you can offer an opinion on this, right? So you guys both have a full-time career, which congratulations on the impending retirement, right? And I'm
Right.
guessing you'll be coming at some point in the future. So congrats, you put your time in, man. Well deserved. Both you guys well deserved. So one of the things that we've learned from Whatnot is the metrics that they use is how many items can you run per hour,
Right.
right? So when
Right.
you talk about pure business,
Yeah.
the idea is how many items can you get across the table, sold, and out the door. So there's a
Hmm.
balance between that and the parasocial aspect, right?
Yes.
So I oftentimes get caught up in if I have people in the room who are here to buy stuff. because we like to think we have pretty unique items, whether it be toys, Pokemon, stuff like that, not everyday stuff. And it's just something that we choose to do is like those people want to see what we have. They're interested in buying and they want to get the hell off the app because that's how I am as a buyer. Now, I do like the
Yeah.
social aspect. I really do. But without her, our social side would be dead. Just because I have so many things that go through my brain as a seller.
Yeah.
You got to find the stuff, you got to acquire it, you got to bring it, you got to clean it, you got to prep it, you got to sell it, you got to ship it, you got to do customer service. And that's just to name a few items, right? And everyone in the chat that sells knows everything I'm talking about. She's amazing at that. So I often mistake my job as getting items on the table, introduced to the audience, sold, and out the door. And I miss out on a lot of the parasocial side, a lot of the social
Yeah.
side of the app. And I'm personally working harder to do that. And I'm not great at reading the chat because I'm in my mind, I'm too busy trying to process items that the audience is going to like. It's
And
it's
I always
it's
tell them,
it's
I'm like,
it's
read your chat,
it's
read your
tough,
chat,
guys.
read your chat.
It's tough, right? It's really
It's a,
tough.
I got to, I have
Yeah.
somewhat,
We are two separate sellers. Like,
right. So
yeah.
on platform, off platform, I'm a very different person. Like I said, I was a recruiter for 11 years. I've talked to hundreds and hundreds of people at one time, thousands of people at one time. I'm very comfortable with that. You know, my show, unfortunately, people don't want to see my pretty face. They want to see the figures and the games that I'm running.
Right.
You know, with hers, it's very much a different aspect. They want to see her pretty face and what she's selling.
Right.
You know, but I think a lot of people, like, she was saying, it makes that dynamic. It makes your dynamic. It makes our dynamic. You know, I fuck up the chat, her numbering system. I can't remember where shit is because it's not my show. You know,
Thank God for the shitty video receipts that are never on the right item.
And they've been terrible.
The amount of times he messes up my stuff just sends me over the edge. I'm like,
what I learned a long time ago, and then she very much is aware of, is that, like, so I was a recruiter. I'd have to talk to 100 to 200 people to get one person.
Right.
And I'm not selling a tangible product.
Right.
You know,
Hopes
like we
and
are
dreams.
here. Hopes and dreams.
Right.
I'm selling hopes and dreams,
Hopes
right?
and dreams.
I'm going to get you out this shitty trailer and on to bigger, better things. You know, that was my mentality. But, you know, sometimes, she sends out Christmas cards, Thanksgiving cards, notes, and every single item that she sends, she writes a little message for everybody.
I've got arthritis. Just letting you know.
You know, and
I
think
bet.
one of the big things that, a couple big things that makes her successful, her show successful, is she's like, hey, fuck it, I'm running it for $3. If it's an Xbox, a gold ring, a shitty pair of drawers, but whatever it is,
by the way, I want to see that, MsBigPapaPump. I want to see you run a shitty pair of drawers. I got to see
$3.
Right. But they better be tight. They better be tiny whiteys. None of that new stuff. None of that new stuff.
Her first unit had holes in them, right in the ass, right there.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So, but it's that, and everybody knows, like, it doesn't matter if a $500 item came out or a $5 item came out. It's $3.
Yep.
And that's us.
And we're smart about the buys.
Yeah.
And another thing that people have to realize, and I think they fail at this. This is a social network app. It's us, me and her, you two. We're the only thing that other people have. We're that only hour or 2 hours of enjoyment out of somebody's busy, chaotic mind and life, that doesn't have anybody. They might not have family.
That's true.
And we interact with them, and we have met great friends.
We really
have.
have.
Walter and Katrina, Mespo,
Blackbird,
Pause and Effect. Like, we have met such great people here, just by being human beings to people, which I think we forgot to do a long time ago. And that's a big aspect on this app.
Agreed.
So
you got to connect with your people. If you think that you're just going to get up and just, toss. Listen, it's funny. I think maybe the category that we're in order for us to build, maybe it's different for us because as these words are coming out of my mouth, I'm thinking about, the shoe people, the shoe guys who get on and just sell and don't even hardly say anything. So
well, actually, they do say something. They scream at you the whole time. Chat, we're low. Chat, we're low.
You
Chat
stole.
But they don't even pay attention. They
Right.
don't, you know what I mean? So
Well, that's
Yeah.
a pure transaction.
this is what this app does to
Right.
you.
That's
There's
a pure
so
transaction.
many variables. There's so many styles and things. But I do think for the storage unit category, we can't be like that. I don't
But
think
I
we can
buy
be like
like
that.
him. I buy like him.
Yeah. I think the
Him?
biggest thing
Yeah.
when I started this, I told John, and I've held
Big
true to
Papa.
it. Big Papa, sorry.
Is that
Is
hey?
that
Is that what
is
she
that
says when you're around the house, Big Papa? You don't. She didn't even call you John. Big
She calls
Papa.
she calls me daddy.
oh my god.
Well, listen, real quick, guys, real quick while you do this, we got our other sponsor, Gibby. I'm going to run him real quick. Where's it at? We're going to
just
run
missed
it.
it.
We're going to start. I did miss it. I know. I just want to make sure I pay attention to what I missed.
She calls him daddy.
She calls him daddy. And then he walked off.
Drop the mic.
You dropped the mic.
Now maybe I can speak that he's gone.
All right, guys, getting that Gibby. That is courtesy of Live to Love Arts. Awesome guy.
Live to
Awesome stuff.
love.
Wait,
Make
we were
sure
in
you
your
please
show the
follow
other day,
him.
were we not?
Yeah, we were in there. He was in
Buy some stuff?
I think we did.
Oh, go ahead.
I think.
I think I can pretty much claim for everyone we bought something from like so many people.
I mean, we just buy it. We don't care. We buy it.
So chat.
I'm gonna pull up their account. You go ahead and keep talking.
We're dropping nuggets,
dealers.
or they're dropping nuggets, right? Like, guys, I'm going to share with you something, and I'm sure they'll reiterate, which is, in the beginning, it's all bliss. It's like ignorant bliss, right? You're going hard in the paint. You're buying stuff. You're selling stuff.
You're trying to figure it out.
In the very beginning, I can't remember who it was, but I don't know what you guys did, but I sold my personal card collection to get to 1,000 sales. And
we did. That's right.
And I had some crazy stuff.
Single cards.
I had some crazy stuff. I had graded
And they were getting
Jordans, like
big
early
deals.
second-year Jordans, crazy stuff, right?
We called it buying friends.
Yeah, so I say that is because we were buying friends.
Buying friends is what we call it. Buying friends.
Because we had to get to 1,000 sales because we were putting out thousands of dollars in chat. Hopefully you guys can get some value from this. We were putting out thousands of dollars in purchasing.
Yeah.
And we had to wait a week or 2 weeks to get our money. So our mission was to get to 1,000 sales as quickly as possible.
Yes.
So that when we shipped out, we got our money back and you can put that money back into play as quickly as possible.
Yep.
So we bought friends. And the only thing I can tell you, because we look at the Whatnot for Reseller, which is one of the most toxic groups I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's so bad.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it, but I'm saying it, right?
It's so
and then
bad.
we look at all the platforms, we hear all this stuff, and everyone wants to know, what do you got to do in the beginning and all this stuff. And I will tell you this. Everyone has to pay a rite of passage. Everybody has to pay a rite of passage.
Yep.
You're either going to pay for it by taking a year to get to 1,000 sellers.
Yep.
Or 1,000 sales.
Have a lot of lost leaders.
Or you're going to pay for it by doing sponsor gibbies, as you mentioned earlier.
Yep.
You're going to pay for it by giving up, good items for cheap. Everybody, chat, has to have a rite of passage.
Everyone pays their dues.
So in the beginning, back to Mr. Big Papa's Pump, and guys, if you're going to sell stuff, you're going to take losses. It's going to sell for cheap. By the way, I love everything you said. I ain't like selling shit for $1. I'm telling you right now. You're spot on 99.999.
Yeah, I was like,
I ain't going for that $1.
I ain't making 32
Yeah, like,
cents.
listen, I love the shit.
That I'm not
I ain't
doing.
doing that
It's
shit
gonna
right
be
there.
$3
I'm telling you
starting.
right now.
Yeah.
So, but in all seriousness, you're gonna take your lumps, guys. But just remember what the long game is.
Yes.
And to your point, get a mentor, get a friend that has been in it longer than you have, so they can help you understand the long game. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, what's going to happen is you're going to go hard to paint and you're going to burn out.
Yeah, it could happen.
And then you either will recover or you won't recover.
That's right.
So find a mentor, find a friend, and help them understand what the long game of Whatnot is all about, because we're still learning.
Yeah, we're still there. I mean, we're still growing too.
Definitely. I mean, I still consider myself new because I'm still learning.
We're all new still.
And I was very fortunate when I started in the storage unit category. I purchased a storage unit for very, very cheap. My very first storage unit, I paid $70. Okay?
Nice.
So I started with $1 starts because my goal was I need to get to 1,000 sales. I did that in 2 weeks.
Right.
Because I started everything out of these storage units because I could. Like, I mean, hell, all I had to do is sell
Just
70
pick up an
things
item
and
out
make
of a
my money
box.
back.
Right.
When you
Yeah,
buy a
yeah.
storage unit for $70, you
Right.
can't lose.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So I was very fortunate to source very, very low. And so I did dollar starts when I first started off. And then I slowly kind of bumped it up. Now I'm at $3. I think that's appropriate because
It
we're
is.
getting better units. We're buying out collections. So I think it fits, right?
Right.
But, you know, people ask, well, should you do $1 starts? Well, how much did you source for? Because if you paid, you know, almost market value, then hell no, I wouldn't say start things for
Cannot source
$1. But
high
then,
on whatnot.
Yeah,
You
you can't
cannot
afford
do
it.
it.
right? And
You'll
then
be
you
stressing out and cursing people out.
100%. So it's
Yep.
kind of like that double-edged sword. Like, you are not going to be able to get eBay prices on whatnot if you
Right.
are purchasing things for what close to what they're worth. It's just
Right.
not going to happen. And so no, I wouldn't tell you to start things at $1.
Never.
Right?
Never.
But then I'm also going to say to you, you need to source lower because the stuff is out there. You
Oh,
just
it's
Oh,
in
it's
bucketfuls
it
everywhere.
takes
out
time.
there.
It is. Yeah.
It takes time. It's hard. It's not fun. It's a lot of back and forth, but you got to source low so that you can do lower starts to attract
Right.
those people. Because if I'm going into a room and you're starting stuff at $5, $10, $15, I'm sorry. I'm probably not going to buy.
Right.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Well, you know, there's another thing we learned a long time ago from selling on other platforms, and it is somewhat relevant here, which is
Can I come in there?
if you buy something for $1, your actual cost, I love it. What is that? Is that chainmail?
Like, he can't help
That's what
himself.
I'm freaking talking. You got a sword, bro?
Oh yeah, you know, hey, I gotta play the part, brother.
He can't help himself. There
Dude,
she is.
All right,
Susan's like,
before we go,
yay!
holy shit.
You know, I gotta live up to the Big Papa Pump name. You know.
all right, listen, before we go any further, chat, please follow Live to Love Art. Very good dude. We were in his show. I think that was almost the first show that we were in. He was on some kind of quick grade train. He did awesome. He paid some dues in that also, but
Yeah.
he was a champ about it. This is a good dude, you guys. He's already got, I don't know if you can see it. You see that?
Heck yeah!
He's got his shows. Look at all those bookmarks. But I want to see more bookmarks
Nice.
on there, guys, please.
Guys, let's get him some bookmarks.
And let's read his bio. Okay, so in his bio it says, Storage Hunter, dollar starts. Speaking of dollar starts, look, he's been paying his dues.
There you go.
And fast shipping, he's got a 5.0 rating. Oh, I forgot to say that about Domain, actually. She's got a 5.0 rating as well.
Domain's good.
When we're done, you guys, tag up both of our sponsors of the show. If Mod can, if you don't mind, both of them that did. That would just make sure we get them some follows. He is a glass artist of over 10 years. Ooh, I love blown glass.
So your daddy was a glass maker?
And a collector of cool things.
Wasn't a door maker.
Flipper of some. I love it. I love it.
That, actually,
Very cool
what you just
deal.
said is you're a hoarder.
No, he didn't.
You collect cool
sells
things
it for
and
$1.
you
He's
sell
not a
some of
hoarder.
them. That makes you a hoarder.
No, listen, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate the sponsors because that
Yeah.
just helps us. And just,
He
I mean,
said
how many people? We have
busted.
40 people in here right now. We really appreciate you guys hanging out with
Yeah.
us and having these
Yeah.
conversations. And we hope that you're picking up nuggets along the way because
Yeah,
that's really all we want to do. Have some fun, spread our wings, right? Get into, and we want to do this also, you guys. If you're not in the storage unit
Walter.
category, typically, that's okay. We still want to have you on. Let's
Yeah.
expand.
This is bigger
let's
than
get out.
a category. This
Yeah.
is being these all the stuff we're talking about transcends across all categories.
Yeah.
Oh
They
yeah.
apply in some cases to some categories more than other, but I want to share something before we get back to your story because this is about you guys. One of the things that I would definitely recommend that we all keep the top of mind is when you buy something, when you factor in whatnot fees, transaction fees, and taxes and all that stuff, anytime you buy something for $1, guys, it's costing you $1.20.
Yep.
Just know that right off rip.
Yep.
So that doesn't seem like a lot when you say $1 to $1.20, but 10 is 20% on top of that, and
Right.
100 is 20% on top of that, and 1,000 is 20% on top of that. So when we go out and make big purchases, which we do often, so we can try to bring you guys good stuff.
Right.
Every $1,000 that we spend, our actual net cost is $1,200.
No
Exactly.
So
No
I
question.
think that's where people run into challenges. And by the way, it might be a couple percentage points more when you factor in shipping, boxes, tape guns, stationary stuff, printers, and all that stuff, right? That's
And
the
your
cost
own
of doing
time.
business. But every time you guys buy something, it's costing you $1.20, right?
Yep.
So, and
Yep.
I know you guys know this, but I think what happens with new sellers is they go out and they buy a solo cup and they go, I pay $1 for it, so I can sell it for $1.50. I make 50%. Not really. You're in this cup for probably $1.20, $1.25.
Exactly.
So just know your margins, guys, because I think that hurts a lot of new sellers.
It does.
It does. Yeah.
So
I would agree.
Yeah, just so you guys know. So
I think people just got to realize when you start, like I said, the year and a half I was on, I bullshitted in everybody's room. One of my first stickers was actually from your room.
Yeah. By the way, we need another one because we left the warehouse, came back home.
Right. And
because that place was such a shithole that we made the worst decision on.
Time
So that's why we brought the business back home. Because Bill's pissed off because we basically had a warehouse in the middle of a fucking junkyard.
She does not understand. She does not understand the definition of weed. I was convinced by her because it had an old town feel.
No, it reminded me because we grew up in South Florida. I think we told you guys that.
Doesn't
You know
matter.
that.
Sounds like something I
It
would
reminded
say.
me of Fort Lauderdale. They have these like shops set up where we used to go and get our windows tinted and stuff like that. It was that kind of place.
Shithole.
He hated it. He hated it.
But I made the best of it.
You brought me to the ghetto. We're running to the ghetto. I'm like, boy,
guys,
we're from South Florida. You know what the ghetto looks like, and it ain't this. But it was bad.
All I'm telling you is that she does not have any say in our future warehouses. I'm just saying. Okay, just so you guys know.
It was cheap. Hey, listen, it was cheap.
I would have done the same thing.
Hey, let's get back around to it though before anybody has to sleep on the couch tonight.
Exactly.
But, I did. Honestly, I spent a lot of money starting, buying, supporting. I spent a lot.
Yeah.
You paid your dues.
Right. I paid I got my ass handed to me for the year that I was buying from everybody and collecting. And all she's like, what's this whatnot shit that's coming into the house? I'm like,
what is
I got
all
a plan.
this?
I got a plan. I got a plan. Well, the plan ended up being her in the long run, but she hit 1,000 sales before I did. I was on the app for a month, a little over a month before she did. She hit 1,000 sales a month before I did. But you're gonna lose your ass on that first 1,000 to 2,000 sales.
Please say that one more time, Mr. Big Papa. Say it one more time to the new sellers in here that really don't understand it because they complain about losing money.
Yeah,
Please reiterate that one more time.
It's all about what she said. If you have any business mindset, source low. So if you can at least just lose a little bit or break even, that's a win. But that's what you're going to have to do. I lost my ass. Right. Yeah. I probably gearing up for probably the both of us combined and everything is probably about $15K in the hole.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized that she's the meal ticket, not me.
I mean, it's if you're really with a business mindset,
right.
Most businesses, especially any business, but especially small businesses, is not projected to be profitable for years.
For years.
Absolutely. You got that right.
And quite frankly, you probably don't want it to be when it comes time to file those taxes. So
that's exactly right.
It's all in what you're saying is looking at the end goal, right? As long as you're not digging your entire family into a hole that you cannot get out of. You have to understand you do have to spend money to make money. You're going to take losses, but that's expected. Any small business is not going to be profitable for years. Now, if you get there before, congratulations. But when you think about all of the, the expenses, the packing supplies, the time, the travel, all that stuff, you really should not be profitable in the beginning. That's just the way businesses go. Right. And I think a lot of times my biggest piece of advice to people is this is a business. Treat it as such.
Yep. No question.
So
no question.
A couple comments from the audience. First of all, Wolfpack says we look mad.
We were just listening very attentively.
Yeah, I always.
What are you talking about?
You know why? Because she's trying to convince me to run stuff for $1. She's trying to convince me to run stuff for $1. I'm not going to do it.
Oh yeah, he's gone again. What's he going to come back at?
XY, what's happening?
Lord knows.
So Romy, I don't know who the question is to, but I guess we both can answer. But you are the guest, MsBigPapaPump. Romy wants to know, how long have you been selling on Whatnot?
So the 2nd of this month was 7 months for me.
7 months, and you're at 10. You're at 10,000, aren't you?
Yeah, 10.4 and about 8,000 items sold.
Okay. And you're being referred to as a sugar mama, just so you know, the audience loves you.
Well, I mean, mean, let's just be honest. My husband's in the military. I've been a nurse for 16 years, so that
Just saying.
tracks. It tracks.
I love discount said, just saying. Just saying.
Yeah, just
I
saying.
love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So, okay. So I think you at your personality, the way you connected and everything, in my opinion, I'm just gonna give my opinion.
Your opinion.
You are very approachable. You're very approachable.
Aw, thank you.
Well, you're a nurse too, so that's
Yeah.
it's
Great.
all.
You have to have great bedside
Yeah,
manner to be a
you're an
nurse.
advocate. You're an advocate for people. You understand people. You have a way of understanding. You're a mama bear. Like I'm a mama bear, and people know that. People know
Yeah.
that. They feel that. They sense that, and I think you're doing great. I mean, I think
Oh,
it's
you're
awesome.
killing
I mean, I
Well,
think
it.
thank
that you're
you.
You're killing
amazing
it. So.
Yeah, I
for
told
sure.
my husband when I first started, I said to him, I said, no matter what happens, no matter how successful we become, the one thing that I will never change, right, is the connection that I have with my buyers.
Right.
So, like he said, I take the time in every single package to write a handwritten note. Around the holidays, I send out cards. I do all of that stuff because I want to maintain that.
Yep.
My
Absolutely.
goal in doing this was legitimately to be able to provide people with things that maybe they could not afford to get elsewhere. So I'm happy when anything sells, no matter what it sells for, because maybe that person couldn't afford it. Maybe it was a Christmas gift for a kid. Maybe it was this, maybe it was that. And so I think that no matter how big we become,
Thank you, Steelers.
I
You gotta
don't
stay
ever
there.
want that to change.
Stay real. That's right. That's
Never
right.
want that to change. No
That's
matter
right.
how much work it imposes on me, it's very important to me.
You know, it's funny. It's funny that you say that because all those things are true. And here's another thing. So Whatnot has a lot of resellers, right? That are all selling other platforms. And I find sellers that have, and I get it. I understand the issues going, gosh, well, I'm doing all this and I could be putting it on eBay myself or wherever, and whatever platform myself. And
Yeah.
you got to get into that mindset. You got to get it in your head that we're just going to be that guy. We're going to be that guy that is that guy that we normally buy from to sell ourselves. And I'm okay
Right.
being that guy. We have people who have been with us who buy from us that made a lot of money on the stuff we sell
And
them,
they tell us.
and they tell
I
us
love
And we're
it.
because we
happy
want
for
to
them.
know,
And
I
we're
love it.
absolutely happy
I
and we
for them.
love
ask
it,
them.
and we
Legitimately happy
absolutely
for
Yeah.
them.
love it. So
Yep.
we're not in Whatnot game thinking we're the end game, because we know we're not. We know what we are. We're basically we're suppliers is what we are for the most part.
So chat, we have some questions we want to take for Mr. and Mrs. Big Papa Pump,
And we have mail time coming up, guys.
I want to just reiterate one more thing. It took 7 or 8 months to wrap our head around that.
Yeah. It's
And
not
this
easy.
is legit, guys. Okay.
That's just being real.
We
That's just,
we buy in wholesale, and we buy a lot of stuff wholesale because it brings our per cost item down. We love telling the stories where we bought something for $5 and sold it for $200. We have more stories than we can tell you about $3, $4, $5, $3,000 profits, because that's what you do when you buy and you're in a while. We've been reselling for a long time. It's hard to wrap your head around the fact that you are now selling to someone that is not, they're not going to probably make 10,000%, but they're more than likely, depending on what you're selling and what your audience looks like, you're going to be selling to someone that's going to turn around off platform and possibly double up the money that they bought. That's a tough,
we're no longer that guy
that
before
is
the
a
end user,
tough
basically.
pill to swallow.
It
So
is. That's right, Crafty.
my recommendation would be wrap your head around that as quickly as possible by
Yeah.
understanding the following. Whatnot, and this is I use phrases that keep my sanity,
It's the wholesale
which is
game.
not working, by the way.
It's the wholesale game. It's the
Velocity of money.
Yep, volume.
Yes.
Just that
Volume.
the phrase that I would recommend, that if you haven't heard it before, or if you're not familiar with what it truly means, wrap your head around the velocity of money.
That's right.
That's what Whatnot does for us, guys, and that'll
Yes.
get you out of the funk when you know you sold something for $50 that's worth $150. As long as you didn't pay $49 for it, that would suck.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that kind of sucks too. So
that's
Yeah.
right. See, Milkman just said we're giving up profit for sell through. That's right. We don't sit
that's
on
exactly
any
right.
inventory.
Yeah, high sell.
That is okay.
Velocity of money.
So that is what's attractive to us about Whatnot. We can one night sell and make, we decide we're going to run for 3 hours and make $6,000 and sell. Our whole living room will be full of boxes of stuff we sold. You're never doing that on another platform. Never.
No.
That's
God,
just
no.
going to sit there for months. before it
Yep.
sells. You
Yep.
know, and so that's the attractive part to us.
Very attractive.
Because we finally have our head wrapped around what it is.
Yeah.
Guys, we quit 10 times after we
Oh,
started.
you don't understand how many times I was like,
This one every other week.
doing that?
So she's cursing out the people that's buying from us.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not their fault. They're doing exactly what I would be doing. I'm buying shit from us for $50. I know I can get $200 for it. But that's the way it works. So she literally quit like 10 times.
I call it a mind fuck because that's what it is. You gotta get.
I've quit her show like a dozen times.
No, he's been fired.
But she doesn't want me to leave, though. You know, but
there's a difference.
I think there's another big aspect to
Steelers
this.
said a night.
Another big aspect to this platform too is that, you know, with the people that you meet, you're gonna meet some very good people on this app. You know, we've met great people. You know, I think there might be in here still Mespo and Pause Collects, Mike and Ashley.
Oh yeah, we're seeing them too. I mean, these are people that have been with us from the beginning.
Right,
Yeah.
Walter,
Blackbird Collectibles.
Walter and
It really is. I know people say community and this, not. No, it really is.
Yeah, super.
It really
is a community.
Yeah.
You know, we've you know, like Blackbird Blackbird, they both have been such huge blessings to us.
Amazing mentors.
You know,
like, yeah, you just got to find your people. And I always tell people, if you're genuine, right, and you're true to who you are, your people will find you. Now, it might take a few months, but they will.
Oh, absolutely.
And when they do, they'll be loyal.
Absolutely. But as long as you put your effort in. Because I mean, guys, it's like making friends. They don't just come knock on your front door. You kind of got to get out there and.
This is a social platform, guys. I can't say it enough. You got to get in shows. You got to say hi to people. You got to find out what's going on. It is a social.
It's a grind.
I mean,
it is a grind.
That's all there is to it, and it's a big part of it. So if you don't have that in you, I mean, I'm not trying to be negative, but that is what it is. You know.
Yeah, it's not negative.
You're gonna have to find a different way then. Yeah, to get through it, because the way to really get through it is to be social and connect with people.
Yep.
Other sellers, not just buyers too, sellers. Like sellers, like we help each other out a lot.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
A lot.
Guys, we always, I mean, listen, we had an experience with 2 very large sellers on the app. We sold a bunch of comic books, a shit ton of comic books, made a mistake shipping. And we reached out to some people that we thought would be helpful. And they basically blew us off. We would never do that just because, and it ended up costing us like $300 or $400 because we didn't know what we didn't know, and that's not whatever. It's not cool.
Lessons learned.
But lesson learned. Yeah. But so quick question.
But we would never do that to someone else. Like,
quick question,
because me and I'm there.
Yeah, I mean it's a simple 5-minute answer. Now, if you get 1,000 people asking you questions, I can understand.
I kind of get it. Yeah.
Quick question for you guys from the audience. You mentioned handwritten note. Does that make a difference in your business, do you believe? At the end of the day, does that make a difference, or is that something that makes you feel good?
I choose to believe that it does, because I've gotten messages sent back to me. I've even gotten reviews that have said, thank you so much for your note. That meant everything to me. Or, oh my gosh, thank you so much for including that card. I do believe that it does. Now, again, there's going to be people that don't give a damn. They're going to open up the box, throw everything away. Right?
That's okay.
Well, it's kind of like socks for Christmas. It's the thought. It's like socks for Christmas. It's the thought.
There you go. You got something. But I think it makes people believe, or at least I hope it does, my true intentions, because I do legitimately care about every single purchase that I receive. I do. Right. And so I feel it's important that, because I believe that I need them to know it. And that's the only way that I can show it, is to do that. And so it does not take me that much time. It really doesn't. Even though I'm, sending off, hundreds
100
of
packages. Yes, we get it.
You know what I mean? Like, it just, it's something that's very important to me, and I do not miss it. I do think people care. And yeah, I think it's important.
It's all on karma and everything. It's, as a recruiter, being in the military for so long and being a recruiter, I always said to myself, if I can change one person's life, just one, the years of shit have been worth it, And when you get messages from people saying, hey, you were the only Christmas card I got this year, that makes it.
Sure.
I have been told that.
And so it is a family. You just have to make your family. You have to find your friends, make your family.
Yeah.
You know, and do your time in the trenches.
Yep.
So there's a lot of nuggets that you guys are dropping in here, right? They're little tiny nuggets, but
they're important
it's
ones.
the little things, right? So
Yeah.
I just recently, because I do a lot of the shipping myself and my son, you're not going to get a long handwritten note from me, but we do send a postcard or it's, an insert that says, thank you, we appreciate it. And I write, thank you, B squared on every single one, right?
That's
Like,
yeah. It shows
I'm
you
just not going to write.
the
First of all, my
time.
handwriting's terrible. I'm not going to write you a long note, but
Yeah.
you will get a personalized thank you. And
Right.
I don't know if that makes a difference, but in my mind now, I am forced to do it. Literally, I'm forced to do it. And I have to get my son to understand that it literally takes 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's
it
just
really
kind of,
does.
at least it shows that you made a little bit more of an attempt than not making. I don't know. Again, there's no measurable metric that says, yes, this is working, but it makes me feel
Right.
better. So,
Oh,
Right. And I think I just think it's people understand what goes into the packing and the shipping of orders, I think. So in my mind, someone knowing that you literally took probably 10 seconds to write
right,
that,
right,
thank you,
Right.
B squared. It's
Right.
better than, how would you feel like, when you get those things in the mail, right, that are supposed to be from important people and it's a stamp?
yeah.
You just toss
Auto
it. You don't
stamp, yeah.
care.
How
Yeah.
much better does it feel if you would have gotten that from them and it
Right.
was just their signature?
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
It
Good point.
shows
Yeah.
intention. It shows that you care. That's how I feel,
Like you and I are a lot as far as the way we buy.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah, you guys.
I go late night, 2 a.m, 3 a.m. When I'm on the road going to Georgia and I'm up at 3 or 4, I'm getting them good deals and shit like that, right?
Crafty.
But it does chat my ass when I get an order and I don't have at least my inventory in there, my receipt, and I start getting a little sideways and a little feelings that I didn't even get a fucking thank you. I spent $400 or $500. I don't get a little handwritten thank you.
Right.
So so I get kind of, I didn't do that in the beginning, but because of her, it's kind of like, you know what, I like it, so I think that at least they get a thank you for the support. I mean, I write like a 5-year-old. I'm left-handed. I don't read words well.
Aw, Rami.
But I think it's a big. Even like your postcards with the thank you.
Yeah, those are cool.
I like it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna buy more and more and more, and
Right.
kind of you drift away from the people that don't have that personal touch.
Right.
Yeah, we give everybody that card,
And we give all our first time buyers
and
a
we
sticker.
give all. Well, we actually.
We probably,
almost
I
put it
think,
in every
yeah.
bowl,
And
everyone gets a sticker.
Yeah, and those. By the way, if anyone's in the
stickers are
chat,
cheap.
if anyone in the chat knows where I can get stickers for cheaper than what I'm paying, please DM me, because it's one of those. It's one
They're
of those.
expensive.
It's one of those hidden cost items. Holy shit! Stickers are not inexpensive. So
They're not.
They are not. They are
But
expensive.
they're good though, because I like to see now everybody doesn't.
Yeah, we have our sticker.
We
have our
need yours,
sticker
by the way. I like where everybody puts their stickers on their table.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
cool,
I do that.
I
That's
just like
community
that.
thing.
Yeah, it's a community.
So, guys, if you're just tuning in, this is the B Square Budcast. We are with Mrs. and Mr. Big Papa Pump. I probably should have said this a long time ago. They are our first guest on the show, and we're so appreciative of them taking their time to give us some insight to how they've built their business, because they've done a tremendous job. Leading up to mail time, which I got to see how you guys are at.
So
a bar.
you guys got your mail time?
I got to see how this is going to work.
You gonna do it?
All right.
We've
So
got
leading up
we've
to
got
mail
a few
time,
packages
leading
right
up
there.
to mail time, I want to ask the chat, or I want to ask you guys for the benefit of the chat, one question. You can answer it any way you see fit. Number one shipping tip.
Ooh.
Pick any that you think is appropriate. Number one shipping tip that you believe, had you known now when you were first starting, that would have helped you immensely. Number one shipping tip.
I know what mine is.
All right. Yeah, I know what mine is.
All right. So, guys, chat, I think you'll get some value out of this, because if you don't know, which I'm sure you do, but if you don't know, I don't care what anybody says. Shipping will drive you out of this business.
Absolutely.
Okay, you could tell me.
Absolutely.
You could. I don't. In fact, I don't care what you tell me.
You'll be like,
if you don't get this right, and you scale up your business, there's going to be a point where your business will not grow unless you can create an efficient shipping system.
Yeah.
So please, what do you got?
Okay. So this is just who I am. I'm sorry. So this is probably going to be a 2-part answer, because I think shipping starts with when you sell something. My biggest piece of advice is sell things for what they weigh.
Yep.
Okay?
That's definitely one of them.
Or be prepared to eat the consequences.
Sell things for what they weigh.
Right.
Okay, that's number one, because that will help you on the shipping process. Okay?
Meaning, so in the beginning, we put everything on a scale until the point where you don't do that, but you do get an idea of what stuff weighs. But just for the benefit of those who may not know, be a little more specific if you would.
So when I run my shows, I still actually do, and people who are in my shows know that it does not slow me down a bit. I literally will set it on the scale really quick and sell it for the weight that it weighs.
Okay. All right. So you
Okay?
still weigh all items.
Absolutely. Now,
Gotcha.
there's some things like I can hold up something like this. I know what this weighs.
Right.
Right. But you know what I mean? So I think that is very important, and it will save you a lot of heartache on the back end. But then the second thing that I have to say is, for the love of God, put packing material in your boxes.
No. No. Terrible
This
advice.
should not have to be said.
We
but I'm
brought
saying,
you on here to give good advice. That is terrible advice. Who would ever put packing
All right,
material in with their items?
True story. She's right. How about the cameras we got?
Well, hold on, time out. We'll tell a story, but finish. Please finish.
yeah, I mean,
Because this is the most amazing thing I've ever heard.
you have to ship things like they are going to be dropped from a 4-story building.
Right.
Plain and simple.
Yeah, absolutely.
So whether your items are breakable or not, please fill up the dead space in your boxes. Do not put things in boxes with no packing paper, no nothing, and a box that's 10 times too big. Because whether it's breakable or not, by the time USPS gets done with your box,
Mutilated.
that stuff inside is obliterated.
Oh,
so,
we have a mutilated box to show you guys today if we get to it, by the way. So
yeah.
Hopefully the stuff inside of it is safe.
Shaken up, it's been driven over,
Right.
so think smart, right? I understand that some people have to reuse and recycle. That's great. Pick boxes that fit your items. There should not be space. You got to do the shake test. So when you put everything in there, if you can shake it and the shit's jumbling around, you got to add more stuff to it.
No voids.
Or learn how to cut down your boxes.
Right. Cut down your boxes. We do that a lot too. So I think that, and it shouldn't have to be said, but it needs to be, and I'll tell you why. I'd never shipped a thing in my whole life before I started Whatnot. So
I was thinking that when you said you've never sold at all.
No clue. And so I'll tell you, when I first started, I had some issues with packages that were received, and I learned real quick. Yeah. So you've got to. I know it costs money, but you've got to.
I'm sorry. I got to cut you off for just a second. This is probably the funniest thing I've seen today. Whistling Duck said, "Kissing my purchase with a kiss and good luck does not mean it's packed well." That's freaking amazing. That is freaking amazing.
Over it, yeah.
Well, to your point, but again, coming from other platforms, the margin for error is much less. Okay, everyone that's ever sold outside of Whatnot knows the margin for error is substantially less than it has been on Whatnot. So we always try to do a really good job at packing. Will stuff break? I mean, the law of averages says stuff's going to break, but I am of the belief that you can accomplish 90% of your shipping with free USPS boxes if you understand which boxes to use. And we 100%. Use primarily 4 boxes. I think you can get away with 90% of your shipping. The other 10% comes from Michael's, Kirkland's, and the boxes that I buy from you guys. As long as you don't send me stupid banged up boxes, which I understand how that works, but guys, you can get what you need from USPS for free.
You can.
In bulk. So it's tough. It's tough not to at least have that baseline effort.
And you got to invest in the paper. You got to invest in the bubble wrap.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna put. What you were about to say.
What's that?
No, like when I've been packing for a long time, and like I've always dealt in collectibles. So my mentality was, if I'm selling you these pair of Oakleys, you just paid $100 for them. you just paid $100 for.
Right.
I'm not going to set it in a vinyl pouch to you. If I lose $5 because I wrapped it in bubble wrap, put it in a box, and I might have spent an extra $1.50 on shipping, that's fine. It's
business.
completely fine. There's
because
some,
you just made $100.
right. There's
That's right.
some money loss in some of your shipping, but I have shipped, or I have packed the hell out of stuff. I have sent it. They're like, man, I've never had this before, and they come back into my show and they spent $300, $400, $500 on the show.
Well, that's what
And
I
I
was going
will.
to say. Shipping, I don't think what people need to understand is that shipping is a very, very large part of your retention.
Yeah.
Oh, a
Of
huge.
your buyers.
I dare say one of the
If you don't know
most
how to
important
ship,
parts.
you're not going to get return buyers. So you need to
No.
be putting your heart and soul in your shipping in this business, or
Oh, yeah.
just get out of the business because that's what's going to happen.
It's
Well,
true.
and again, the standard with Whatnot is improving, but it pales in comparison to off app.
Right.
So if you've ever sold off app, you're almost forced to know that there's a
We already
basic
did
standard
that,
you have
yeah.
to look to. But
Right.
in the business, we used to call, and a lot of people they're newer, they don't want to buy paper, bubble wrap. I get it. But in the business, we used to call that stepping over dollars to get pennies.
We used to,
Right, so-
well, I just say we. Here we go, we
That's
again.
a very good
But-
statement.
A lot of mouses in here.
Yeah.
A lot of nieces. We actually, in the beginning, when we really started going full time, just not Whatnot, but when we were on the other platforms, we would actually go to the dry dumpster behind Kirkland's and get everything we needed.
Oh, I've been doing that for 15
that
years.
we needed. And then it
15 years.
became, we became
Thank you,
And they just
Susan.
now they know us. We
Now
knock
they
on their
know
door,
us.
and they'll give us anything we
They're
need.
like, oh, hey, Bill, Nita, yeah, come on Wednesday at
And
this
they all-
time,
by
and
the
I'll
way,
have the new order and all that stuff.
If you have a Kirkland's or a Michael's near you,
Everything
holy
you
shit,
need.
they got the best boxes in
Yeah,
the world.
best filler.
And the best bubble wrap, boxes, foam.
All of it. So that's a tip. Behind Kirkland's
lived
for
off
sure.
that place. Lived off.
We got Michael's.
And they have a
over
dry
there. I'm
dumpster,
gonna try it
too.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try out your Michael's trick. I got one down the road from the
We
house.
do.
Dude, Michael's is for
There's
real.
another one.
That's the real
Yeah.
deal, man. I mean,
Yep.
all the boxes you want.
And they're
bubble
clean.
wrap.
They're clean. They're
Oh
dry.
yeah, it's all clean.
It kind of
all
sucks
clean.
when it rains. Then we're like, oh.
Well, you just miss out that week.
But most of the time,
but
that's
now,
all that's in there.
Now, one more thing before we jump to your mail time.
Yeah.
Pro tip, right? Mindset switch, which is we used to sell Volkswagens and Volkswagen parts all across the world. We have to go find these crazy boxes. And we did that when we started eBay. We did that when we started Whatnot because, of course, finding boxes for cheap or free is way better than paying for them. I will tell you the following. We are at the point now where we buy all of our boxes from
We don't have
Walmart,
time now.
Home Depot, or Lowe's.
Walmart.
The boxes
Walmart's
work
a good
for us.
stores.
Or public storage or whatever, because the time it takes to source the right box, to find the right box, to go out, there comes a point where it doesn't make sense to do that. And as long as you're buying correctly, the small boxes from Walmart are like 40 cents all the way up to $2.58 for the medium and the large box at Home Depot. Just cost of doing business. And it's, guys, there is a mental relief
when you can finally do
knowing
that.
you have the right box when you're ready to ship.
But there's nothing wrong with doing it when you first start.
Is there not a mental relief knowing that you don't have to cobble a box together to get the item out the door?
You just go through your little, because we do the same. We purchase our own boxes. We don't get free boxes from anywhere. We buy all of them, but we mostly use the free UPS stuff. But it's so nice and freeing that I get my order up and then I just turn around and I go, okay, yep, that box will work.
That's right.
It's a game changer. It's like a thermal printer.
You'll
it's
never
like a thermal printer. It's a, I don't.
Yeah, that has to be done.
You are not going to convince me that you've been doing this for more than 4 months and you don't need a thermal printer.
You have to have one.
Are you kidding? Are you shitting me right now? I could not imagine cutting the first big order we did on eBay.
No.
It took us 7 hours to cut and paste labels. We bought a thermal printer after that.
After the first shipping day.
It was a game changer.
I was like, we aren't doing this.
Peel and stick, baby. Peel and stick. So,
but I think the bottom line is there's nothing wrong with doing that, going behind Kirkland's and stuff and being resourceful until you get your business up and running. But you will never be able to scale your business by doing that. So these are all levels. These are all milestones, right? These are all kind of things that you start and what it becomes.
Well, we found a bubble mailer on Temu that were a bubble mail or
the machine.
The machine. We're toying with that idea right now.
Maybe.
We're toying with
I don't know.
Oh, you're still feeling it out?
It's Temu, so you know you get what you get. But
was it this big when you got it?
No, we didn't buy it.
We didn't buy it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
We're trying to get
okay,
reviews on
gotcha.
it though, but it makes your own bubble wrap.
Well, apparently
Yeah.
they have a really good return policy, so.
Well, I think Hodgepodge Place just bought one of those, and she raves about it.
Yeah, but she sells nothing but breakables.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure yet if I really want to do that, and it. I think it's going to make too much too quickly for what I need in the moment. So I
Right.
don't know that my business needs it yet. It's cool, but I don't know.
Right.
I just get my bubble wrap from American Bubble Boy. It works.
Same.
Oh, American,
Same.
they're great.
I
And
just
they-
ordered
you
some
get,
today.
You get it in like 2 days.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Guys,
Well,
we
yeah,
live
they're
off
in
of
Vero.
we live
American
off of
Bubble Boy.
we live off of bubble wrap, which I don't use as much of, but the brown paper that comes in bulk from Amazon, it's
Yeah.
like 25 or 30 bucks. I don't even know, you buy it most of the time.
The paper. The
Yeah,
bulk.
it comes in bulk. I live off that stuff. If you
Yeah.
know how to use that, guys, it is
Yep.
the most amazing thing, and the per sheet cost is pennies.
Yeah, and
Yep.
if there's anybody
Pennies.
looking for a good source that's reasonably priced,
Yeah,
or whatever,
shoot
just
us a message.
shoot me a message and I'll send you the link to which ones we get, because they seem to be the best
That's the best.
value for the
Yeah.
dollar,
And
and
live off that stuff.
it's
You don't
stuff.
have to worry. You just use it.
You
Stuff
won't
the hell out of your packages.
paper takes place of a lot of bubble wrap
It
too,
does.
so the expense is
They're
there.
not ready yet.
All right, so here we go. Right,
All right,
let's see if I can do it
guys.
this time.
So you ready for mail time?
Sure.
All right. So before we do it, guys, the audience. So this comes from our old podcast. We came up with the idea of mail time, and the idea of mail time is we buy packages from the weekly. So we want you guys to see what the packages look like when we get them from the sellers. Our job is not to make fun of the bad sellers. It's to highlight the good sellers and to find someone that's going to be a seller of the week. So normally we do mail time, but Mr. and Mrs. Big
We're
Papa
gonna let
Pump
them do it.
have their Johnny on the spot, Johnny and Susie on the spot, I guess.
Yeah.
And now they're going to do their opening, and you guys get to choose who is the best package, and we're going to make that person seller of the week.
And we put stickers over it so we didn't know who it came from.
What, they had a regular name rather than the?
Yeah, we're not doing names, so we're gonna.
Well, the winner, I'll be able to peel it off,
Yeah.
so we know.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
okay, gotcha.
All right,
Yeah.
guys. So you got 3 packages, right?
Yeah, don't show any, and make sure you, when you're opening the package, there might be a receipt or something in there that might tell everybody.
Yeah,
So
guys.
just,
This is all anonymous, guys, so that the audience gets to choose the best package.
so just make sure you peek in there first.
Yeah.
Don't let anything flip out.
All right, box looks good. Plenty of tape.
It's a slightly reused box.
Okay.
That's okay. It looks like it's still intact, though.
Dig it for gold. Congrats on the givey.
Guys, is anybody recognizing the fact they brought boxes to a bar? Does anyone say anything about that right now?
What is happening right now?
There's a receipt in here. Hold on. There's a receipt in here. Get
Yeah,
that.
just grab that
They
thing and hide
literally
it.
brought boxes to a bar. This is the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
Okay.
There
All
we go.
right. Well, we got,
it's
so this is box number 1,
This
guys.
is box number 1, chat.
All right, we've got some packing paper, which is great.
Yeah.
Looks like some free packing material.
Some free packing material. All right. So this is nice in there.
All right, let's go. Oh, that's a lounge fly.
Oh, nice.
is.
Oh, that is cool.
Is that a Twister lounge fly?
Or just a backpack. Doesn't matter. Whatever it is, it's cool.
It's Twister.
It's a Hasbro, but yeah, it's a lounge fly.
Let's go.
Okay.
And then I've got some, a Disney bag in there.
All right.
All right, so there's paper around that.
There's paper. Yep. I think this is just filler paper. Let's see. Look at all this free packing material.
That's what I'm talking about. Guys,
like
you don't
that.
understand the value of that box until you get it. You go, man, I could pack 3 more boxes with this.
And then I bought this is a Remy bag. And then it's some Disney stuff that I got. But I mean, all in all, this is very nice. A lot of packing material, nothing breakable in here.
All right.
Everything was,
but they didn't shove your backpack into a poly bag, which is important.
Yes,
They did not.
They did not.
Oh, we got a mirror in a poly bag once.
Oh my God.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, so that's number
At all.
1.
All right, so that's 1, guys.
All right,
so
chat.
take note.
So, chat, that's box number 1, chat.
That's water and lime juice. If
All
anybody
right, guys. The poll is up. So once
No, it's not up
once
yet. That's when they're done, I'm going to put it up.
Okay,
It's
once
in your-
they're done, the poll's going to be up for you guys to choose.
All right, so this is box number 2, guys.
Box number 2, medium flat rate.
It's taped very well. Get that.
Whistle said Nita tried to shove Bill in a poly bag once.
No.
I did. It didn't work. His head's been popping out.
I want to make sure there's no.
So hold on.
Okay.
All right, good job.
Hey, if you want toys and collectibles, come to Big Papa Pump. I got 151. I got all kinds of Pokemon shit, figures.
Stop.
All right.
Time
Hey,
out for a
shameless plug, right?
sponsor
All
for a
right.
sponsored commercial. I love it.
Shameless
Okay.
plug.
I love it.
Shameless
A sponsored
plug.
commercial.
So
I love it.
At first glance, very nice. There's no room in this box.
All right.
I
All
like
right.
that.
That's good. So all the voids have been filled.
Newspapers, good idea.
We've got bubble wrap. Oh, we've got something breakable.
We got LeBron. You bought
Did it
something with
make it?
LeBron James in there?
Ooh, look at all this.
It made it?
It made it. Look at
Okay.
that.
All
Good
right.
use of space.
Yep.
That's a little brave.
That was a little
for
brave.
That was
You
a little
made it, but
brave.
that's all that
liking.
mattered. It is a little brave.
But okay, so all of my cards are wrapped up in bubble wrap.
I like it. I
That's
like
good.
it.
Whose
Are the
mistake
bubbles
was that?
in
Did you
or
buy
out?
that?
Bubbles in or out, guys? Bubbles in or out?
Oh, that's the age-old debate.
I just want to know who brought that
Maybe
LeBron
stop.
James shit right there.
And then we've got all of this all wrapped up really nice. And there is a liner in the box, which is nice.
Okay, let's
Okay.
go. All right.
Okay.
So
I still think you got a little lucky on that
You
one,
did
though. I
get
ain't gonna
lucky.
lie.
You get lucky on the mug. I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
It
Got
made
lucky
it.
on that one.
It made it though.
So
It made it, though.
USPS was kind.
Yep. Okay, so that was number 2, guys.
Not bad. And last box.
Water and lime juice.
You're such a
Dude, I still can't believe you guys brought packages to a bar. I freaking love it.
We should have been at a bar to do the podcast.
I love it. This is amazing.
This is the pump, so I don't know what to tell you.
We're trendsetters.
Trendsetters. That you are.
Hold on, I'm getting the personal stuff out. There was a note.
Okay, well, that's
Personalized
good.
note
That's
in this box.
nice.
We like it. We like
Number
it.
3 had a note.
All right.
All right, I like the
Very
paper.
nice.
Yep.
No dead
Like
space.
that.
I like that. Oh, now this is cute. Okay, so I think this is a freebie.
Okay.
And then look at this, you guys. Look at how sweet that is. It's in
Their
bags.
bags.
Oh, very
Oh,
cute.
that's
Very
so cute.
It is bagged. So these
Chat,
are
don't
jewelry
ever
grab
expect
bags
that from
I
me.
got.
Chat, I'm just letting you know. Don't ever expect that from me.
And then nice brown paper.
So is there jewelry inside those bags?
Yeah, it was a grab bag, so I think it's like some
Okay,
paparazzi
okay.
jewelry.
Okay, so 1, 2, or 3. I'm
Man,
gonna post the poll.
I gotta be honest, guys. Those are
You
three.
guys remember
Those
one.
are 3 well packaged.
Yeah, they really are.
items. It's gonna be tough. This is a tough one.
1,
It is
2,
a
or
tough
3, guys. Remember, 1 has the Twister backpack. Number 2 had the mugs that, to me, miraculously made it.
That was
And
number
number
1.
3 was the jewelry with the bags.
All right, guys, don't forget.
1, 2, or 3.
The winner is going to be highlighted as seller of the
Right,
week.
so
we're
Number
going to
2.
tag the seller of the week, and we're going to give them a shout out.
The winner.
Number
Only
3.
gonna expose
I'm
the
so
winner.
Bro, they're all
happy
3
about
good. They're
They
all
are.
3 good.
But it's looking like number 3 is the clear winner.
I am so happy about
a few more
this.
seconds.
I think they like the handwritten bag. I would lose if you're looking for a handwritten bag. For me, I would lose.
It's number 3. Number
And
3
a
is the winner.
handwritten
So
note.
who's number 3?
So I am really, really, really happy to show this because she is a new seller, you guys.
Nice.
Good.
She has a lot of support.
What's her name?
Sunflower Gal.
Can somebody,
Guys,
one of the mods, please?
Let's get her in here.
Please try to get her in here.
Let's
Can
get
you
her in
tag
here.
her, please? And we're gonna let her know she did a good job.
That's amazing. Good for you guys. 3 well packaged packages.
And look at this little note.
Thank you, Tara. You're the best.
Oh, man, you're making. I can't do all this, guys. That's too much writing.
Awesome.
I don't got the bags. I don't got the writing. My handwriting sucks. I can't do it.
What are you talking about?
I can't do all that.
Earlier.
Well, do what I did, and I had my wife ship my stuff because I had to go to work. So they got pretty thank yous.
I'm the one that does all the writing.
MsBigPapaPump,
I'm the one that does all the writing.
I got a better chance of seeing God than to get her to do that.
Guys, we love you. We don't want to keep you. I mean, we would love to keep you, but you're on your date night, so we don't want to keep you too long.
Let me get her back up here right quick.
Okay.
Yeah, but before you go.
So number 3 one, did she come in?
Yeah, number 3. Let's get her in here.
I don't know.
Sunflower Gal.
Let's see if she got it. She might not see it. But guys, give that new follower a follow.
That is true.
Yeah.
Let's all follow that person.
That is 100% the truth.
She's been doing a really good job.
That's amazing. I mean, and that's
she follows us.
It's
so I just followed back.
It's a good feeling
Hey,
let's
you see
let's
what
see
Big
let's see
Game
what she's
Hunter
Let's
got.
get her
said?
some followers, guys.
What show does she have
Oh,
coming up?
yeah, let me pull her up. Let me pull
Let's see
her
what she
Hey, did
account
you
got.
up.
see? Hey,
Baby.
did you see
Sunflower
what
Gal, is she in
Big
here?
Game Hunter said? He said Jesus that unveiling was like a Hallmark movie. We laughed, we cried, great ending.
I
What
love
was
that.
it?
I love that.
Here she is. Okay.
No, she got another show coming up.
And she's got shows coming up, guys. So go ahead. She's our spotlight winner.
Guys, good
Yes.
for
Guys,
her. Is she
give
in
her
Well
a
here? I bet she can
follow.
get
deserved.
in
I'm
here.
Ooh,
happy that
almost
that
took
one
out of
was
this chair.
picked.
It's on wheels.
So
All right, so now we have some. This is up to the chat. You guys tell us if you want to hang. We'll still do it. We have our own mail time. We can do one with our own stuff, or we can save it for next week. You guys let us know. Do you want to do another one, or
We
do you want
love
to save it
mail
for next
yeah,
time.
because
week?
we have to open our packages because they've been sitting
Yeah,
there
we
since
gotta
last
open
week.
them.
Guys,
Mail time.
we hold
Yes,
we
you're having
hold
to
our
have mail time.
packages for a whole
You
week. And just so you guys know, not to cut you off, I'm sorry, Miss Big Papa, there's only a 14-day window from the time you get your package if there's a problem to let Whatnot know.
gotta
So
make
we
Yeah, you have
typically
to do
hold our
that.
packages for 1 week. So
So we can do another one if you want, because we've got some
There she
packages set. You want to do
is.
that?
She's
Do you want to do
here.
it?
well,
Okay.
hold on. Before we do our mail time,
Sunflower's here.
before
Oh,
she's
she's
here,
here!
Sunflower,
Sunflower!
congratulations,
Congratulations!
guys.
You won best package.
Guys, give her a follow,
Give her a
support
follow.
her,
Good for
a new
you.
seller that clearly puts
Cares.
effort and cares about her business.
That's right.
And now, Sunflower, I don't know about that handwritten note shit because I ain't gonna do that. Okay, and the fancy bags and all that stuff you got going on. You're making us look bad,
Beautiful,
but it was a great
beautiful.
job.
No, it's
Okay,
awesome.
amazing.
It's
Good for
awesome,
you.
guys.
Good for you.
Awesome.
So, Miss Big Papa, before we do our mail time, real quick, before we do our mail time, I know I've already asked you this
I'll do
in
a poll. Make sure.
different ways, shapes, or forms. Tell the chat top 3 things. You guys tell the chat the top 3 things you recommend for new sellers. Top 3 in any order, doesn't matter. Top 3 you recommend for new sellers. And by the way, new sellers, guys, we're still new. We've been doing it for just over a year, so we're still new. But top three things for new sellers that you believe that can make the biggest impact on their business. Biggest impact on their
And
business.
I'll go ahead and run a Gibby.
Okay, so
I'll let her.
Guys, we're
I'll
running
let
the
her.
Gibby, so make
I'll
sure you
let her
jump into
think.
Gibby while she thinks of it.
No.
While they think of
Okay.
it.
She's going first. Never mind. I'm sorry.
oh what? No, I mean I was gonna say I think I'm gonna reiterate quite a like the things that I've already said. I think that the very first thing is managing expectations. Okay, understanding fully what the app is that you're about to start your business on. I think that is ultra important.
Spend some time on it.
Absolutely. You've got to understand what this platform is and what your expectations should be. And I'll leave it at that because we've already talked about that, but I think that's number one, managing expectations.
For sure. For sure.
I think
my cousin, she's probably still in here. Both of my cousins.
Cousin.
They
Your
are new to
cousin.
the app and she wants to start. She has her own, she lives right there in, I think, where are you guys at now? I think it might be Claremont. But she lives right there in Central Florida too.
Mm-hmm.
And
we need to go down there and hang out with them, by the way.
And she's like, wants to do it. And that's the first thing I told her. I'm like, you just spend some time on the app first before you jump in. You're going to want to do that. Get to know the app because there's a lot to know.
Yeah.
There's a lot to know.
I think the other biggest piece of advice, so number 2 for me would be, is like we said, comparison is the thief of joy. Set your own goals.
That's a tough
right?
one.
And achieve those. Do
Yes.
not look at where other people are and then get down on yourself because you're not there.
Right.
Because there's so many variables that go into it. And I think that's a big thing. A lot of people get down on themselves because they're like, well, shit, I've been doing it this long and I'm only here. Well,
Right.
you know what? Your only there could be 10 steps ahead of the next person behind you that
No
wishes they were where
question.
you were.
That's right.
So I think it's stop comparing yourself to other people. I tell people this all the time. Make small, measurable goals for yourself.
Yep.
And then meet those and then make another one and then meet that one. It's very easy to look at somebody else and go, God, I wish I was them and I'm not, so I should just quit.
Right.
No.
When you get taken out of your sales, when
Right.
you shouldn't be comparing at all.
Right.
Everyone on this app, that's the one thing that I can say, everyone has and will pay their dues.
Absolutely.
It's the only way you're going to build this business. That's just how it is.
Absolutely.
But here's something I want to say, and I can't remember who said this, but somebody said, if you just opened up a store, brick and mortar, right? So we'll go live and we'll have 20 people in our room. And we're like, oh, why is there only 20 people in here? Or to go to 19. I'm like, okay, that means there were 19 people that just walked into our store. If you owned a store and you just opened up and 19 people walked in, that's a good day. So that's how you have to look at it. You got 19 people in your store right now. Where else are you going to do that?
Yeah.
So that's a tip. That what are you
Yeah.
saying there? Oh, feels like.
And
So
then,
yeah. So that all right. Let's do mail time.
All right, mail time. So you guys can get back to your date night. All right, guys.
well,
Thank you
thank you
so much.
guys so freaking much. It was such an honor. Hopefully we were able to help some
No,
people.
amazing, amazing.
But we appreciate you guys so much. And big
No,
papa.
Yeah,
absolutely. We're
you
still.
guys
You
are
guys are gonna have to
absolutely
come on
amazing.
again. We'll have to do
We
because
need
there's
to get
still
down.
so
We need
much
to
that we
get down
haven't
there.
talked
We need
about.
to
We would
get down
love
there and hang out
to.
with
We
you.
would love to.
All right.
If I
So
can
you gonna
talk
hang with
more,
us?
if I
You
can
gonna hang
talk
with
more
us for
next
mail
time,
time, or you gonna get back to your date night?
We're going to get back to date night.
you were getting
Okay.
back to
That
date
sounds
night.
good. I appreciate you guys.
But if I could talk more next time, I'd love to be on.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Dear God in heaven.
Yeah, and you have to wear a
No,
full
I'm
chainmail
teasing.
setup.
I'm teasing.
You gotta
Hey,
have the full setup with the helmet and the body armor too, not
You
just the
guys know
chainmail
this
on the
is
top.
how he is.
hey,
He has
no,
to take over everything.
I got a bit of one piece of advice before
I'm gonna
we
go
go. If you're gonna do this on the app and you're gonna sell, you're gonna create a business. Actually, be patient.
Mm-hmm.
Be expected to lose, and if this is your true joy, burn every boat behind you.
That's right. You gotta
No
burn the
question.
boats.
No question.
It's all in or it's all out. You got to
That's
burn
right.
every fucking boat and crutch behind you and just do it.
You're right.
You got to burn the boats, man. A lot of people don't know what that means, but if you don't,
Burn your boats.
you got to burn
Find
the
out what
boats.
burn your boats means.
Yeah, you got to burn your boats.
Don't
So,
look back, basically. Don't look back.
she just went to the bathroom, so we'll let you get to your mail time. And
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
You
love
guys
you
we
guys,
enjoy
man.
each
appreciate it.
Thank
other.
you so
Thank
much.
you.
Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate
Yep.
you
And
so much.
we're gonna do our mail time. Enjoy the rest of your date night, man. We'll get down there and hang out and go out and buy some stuff while the ladies have fun.
Exactly. Thank you,
All right,
guys.
guys.
Bye. Love you guys.
Bye. Love you too.
All right, guys. Mail time. We're
All
gonna
right,
do
here we
mail time
go.
real quick. Okay, so you get.
We're gonna
By the
show
way,
you. You
guys,
get to pick.
let me show you, just so you know. This is how one of our packages showed up. Beat the shit, just so you guys know. Okay. I don't know if it's the seller's fault, probably not, but that's how they show up. Okay, guys, we have 6 packages.
One
1,
is that one.
2,
3 over there.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Pick 3,
Don't
guys.
ask me why they're out of order.
Pick 3.
Pick 3. Which ones do you guys want? 1, you're probably gonna want to see the beat up package, I'm pretty sure. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
All right, definitely got a 1.
I know they want 1.
Definitely got 1.
I have to open one because at some point this has to be open. That's been sitting there for a week.
We got 6. There's definitely on the 6.
All right. Why? You like the striped pack tape? All right. 4 and 6. 1, 3, and 6. 4. 4.
1, 4, and 6.
All right. Here.
1, 4, and 6.
Grab that.
Gotcha.
All right, guys. Here we're gonna do. We're gonna do a quick mail time and then we'll sign off. Guys, don't forget next week, next Thursday, 5:30, we have Philly Flipper. And the following week,
on next episode.
we have to put a schedule together because we have a lot of folks that are coming on. So next week's gonna be Philly Flipper. The week after that's gonna be Finders Keepers Brothers.
You got a knife?
Oh, here you go. Put that up there, please. All right, guys. So listen, when you order stuff, it may come like this.
Wait, I'm not even have it on yet because I don't know how to do this. Help me, my fingers.
It's right here. A little button on the back. All right.
Okay, here we go. All right, show what you were just showing because I wasn't showing it because I was doing it.
I'm hoping that the content survived. That's kind of rough. Gotta be honest with you. And for those who haven't seen our mail time,
Message us, guys, if you guys are interested in getting on, just chatting.
Buyer or seller.
You saw how we do it.
You
It's
get
just we're just having conversations, guys.
All right, guys. So
I'm being real about the business.
All right.
Good paper. Good. Good.
All right. So
good.
paper.
Make sure there's no evidence.
All right, you got paper stuffed in there. Make sure that you can see in the camera, baby.
Go. I was thinking you go down a little bit. There you go. There you go.
All right. So we got a little G.I. Joe action.
Oh, was that on the corner of the box?
I'm not sure if that's how it came, but that certainly is.
Nope. That was so that happened.
That's tough.
Was it like this when you bought it?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
All right. Again, not sure if it looks like this, guys, when we got it, but this is how it came. They did put a box inside. I do this a lot for stability. There might be stuff in there, but
There's stuff in there.
That's a good piece.
And here too.
All right.
Those guys in there. That's not good.
All right, guys, you're seeing it live on camera.
No bueno.
I'm gonna go with that's probably not good.
Nope. More damage?
No, those are okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, here's a instant challenge, guys.
Oh.
Look, instant challenge. I'm guessing that's probably not supposed to be in the bottom.
It's supposed to be in the case.
And I'm guessing this is probably not supposed to be in the bottom of the box. That does make it tough, guys. I'm just telling you. This is not their best effort.
Oh, here's all the covers.
Guys, you hear the coins falling out?
Oh, there's more coins.
Here, let me do this. You manage the camera. All right.
All right, so that's that. We don't even need to see anymore. That's good.
Well, let me just make sure there's not.
I know, Alch is right.
There's not $3,000 sitting in the bottom of that box. All right, guys. So listen.
That was number one.
Guys, hear me out.
Was that number one?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that was number one, guys.
If you've been in our show before, you know that we've gotten 5 bad packages in a row on the same show. So there you go.
Oh yeah, that got.
That's not pretty, guys. I'm just going to tell you that's not pretty. None of this is pretty.
And this is why you have to open your stuff within 14 days.
None of this is pretty, guys. None of it. Just telling you. Highly, highly disappointing.
There's something in here too.
It doesn't matter at this point.
Okay. All right. So that's number one.
I'm going to go out on the limb and say that one's not winning, but I could be wrong. All right. Number 6. Wait.
Yeah, it's not good. Not good at all.
All right. Number 4. Sorry. I'm going to go in order. Okay.
Big game hunters. Should we call them in to discuss? Maybe they don't know they suck. We don't tell anyone who the bad ones are, guys.
Yeah, you know.
And yes, we will talk to them. We will always reach out.
Fucking shit was that.
We don't give bad reviews.
All
We
right.
will reach out and we'll tell what happens.
We got it. Thank you. There's no name.
There's no name. Okay. I was like, what the hell are you doing?
All right, we got the cool little thank you card. That's cool. All right, here we go.
All right, nice. Nice
3
paper.
packing material, guys.
Yes, recycle this stuff, guys. Oh, this looks good.
All right, let's see what we got here. More packing material. That's good. That's good. Make sure you see everything.
Yep, you see
everything. All right, everything is rolled up. Got a little booster box action. That's good. Little Pokemon. That's good.
In bubble wrap.
In bubble wrap. Well, in a
bag and
in bubble wrap.
Yeah.
All right.
That's great.
Cooking with grease right here, guys.
That's great.
Like and a liner in the bottom.
Me like you too.
Yeah.
XYZ said me like you. That's good. So that's number
4.
That's 4. So we got 1, 4, and the next is 6.
I should have known by the looks of that box that I couldn't have a high expectation of what might be inside. Guys, I got to tell you, like I've sent out packages, stuff has been broken, but the effort was there. That, like, I get a pit in my stomach.
Yeah, that's not good.
Because there's a whole process you got to go through to get your money back, right?
Yep.
All right, guys, got some free packing material.
All right.
That's what we got. Got a little filler action.
How's that look?
Spawn.
Looks good. Looks
Gundam.
good. Looks good. That's a good one. And it's got bubble in the bottom. Oh, there's a receipt.
Hey, it's so small, I can't even see that.
Oh, okay.
And this is in a, there you go. There you go.
All right. So 1, 4, or what was the other one? What was this one? 6. 1, 4. Okay, hold on. So I'm going to do a poll. I had to end the last one.
All right, so that's what we get. That's, well, I mean, we have another 6 packages, but obviously we're not going to open those. So that's what we're looking at, chat. Let's go back over here. Where's our...
You moved it right behind you.
All right.
All right, hold on. It's coming. Sorry, guys. Create. All right, give us your... Give us... Why is that? Oh.
So there you go, chat. What do you think about that?
1, 4, or 6?
1, 4, or 6. Holy shit, that first one was terrible.
That was bad. That's probably the worst package we've ever gotten.
No, that is not the worst package we ever got.
Oh, that's true. We got the one with the cameras. We're just throwing in.
Well, that was... We got that twice, but we got the one with 5,000 cards.
Vote once so they come in. We're going to give constructive feedback, guys. That's what we do. The first package was personal. Yeah, right? I'm wondering, you probably got a steal on those.
Yeah.
And the seller got pissed off and just throwing... You paid what for this? I'm just joking. All right, guys, so did I do it? Oh, yeah, I did. All right, so let's see. 1,
oh, wait, I got to figure out who 4 is.
Okay, yeah, you got to know who 4 is because 4 is the winner. 4 is the winner.
4 is... We got 2 mail times. Well, her name is... I'm allowed to say her name at this point, right?
Does everybody know her?
Well, her name's not on there. But her name is...
Oh.
Guess who it is?
Who is it? Who is it?
Luna Loot!
Luna!
Luna! I didn't know that.
Luna!
Luna's name is Samantha.
Luna!
Samantha.
Luna Loot! Yay! You are the spotlight winner!
Guys,
thank you so much,
Luna. You can see the difference between a well package
and a not so well
package and a not so very well packaged. So, guys, Luna, thank you so much, guys. If we could pin
that was awesome. You did a great job.
Guys, if we could pin Luna up,
Luna,
she's
you don't
our spotlight
suck.
seller.
Look what Whistle put. Luna, you don't suck.
Yeah, Luna, that was amazing. Good for you, Luna. Thank you so much.
Guys, we love you. Please bookmark our shows. We have, what do we have this weekend? We got a giveaway. We have a giveaway. We're just doing 2 small things this weekend. We're doing
we might run a show tomorrow.
But we're going to be running this weekend. So just please bookmark our shows. And that 10,000 follower show, the real big one, we're going to be doing that really soon.
We're trying to figure out what the giveaway is. I am leaning towards another brand new PS5.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards
for our 10,000 followers.
Brand new PS5, which will be the 3rd PS5 that we've given away, in addition to all kinds of other crazy stuff that we give away. So it is a buyer's appreciation show for getting us to 10,000, which was a month and a half ago. That's how lazy we've been on that show. But the show, guys, is supposed to be 10 hours or 1,000 items. So that's kind of
we didn't think it through, guys. We didn't think it through. We never think it through. And so there's that.
All right. So
but we love you.
We love you guys. Next week, Philly Flipper at 5:30. After that, it's going to be Finders Keepers Brothers. Let's find somebody to raid.
Who's on? You guys, is there anybody on cool we could raid? Who can we raid? Let's see. Who's on? Who
can we raid into?
Guys?
Let's see what we can find.
Oh, there's Locker Blocker. Let's go into Locker Blocker. Let's just say hi, because they're on our team. They're Team Jin Jin and our next raid train. Do Locker Blocker. Guys, hang out. When you get in there, put some bee emojis. Bumblebee emojis.
Guys, we'll see you on Sunday or next Thursday or somebody. Love you guys. Have a good weekend.
Have a good one. Let's raid.